Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to episode 67 of the WeSoCultured podcast. I am your friendly neighborhood host, Yoni. I got some amazing people to my right. Big Sam in the building, looking very handsome. What's good, bro?
Thank you. Why are you being nice?
I was gonna say, look, I'm feeling a little nicer today. We got a special guest in the building. I want to, be a little.
I
bit
thought I was
nice
the guest. I'm making my return.
Yeah,
at this point you are.
Yeah, this one, the amount of days he's missed.
I'm the special guest.
Shoot, it's good to have you back, bro.
No, I'm glad to be
good
back.
to see you.
Mm-hmm.
To his right, we have a very special guest. Make some noise for Sinafik from Y.E.P. Come on. Your Ethiopian Professionals in the building. You see the decor right here. You see as you see to my right here.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to have you on our pod.
Thank you so much. I'm
Yeah,
so
for sure.
happy to be here. I'm so excited. I'm trying hard not to fangirl here, so I'll keep myself contained. But I love the love too. Handsome? Okay.
Yeah, you know, that's what I say. We got to change it up. We got Sinafik in the building. We gotta be nice here.
Yeah,
okay?
wait till the cameras turn on.
Okay.
He'll be back to normal.
You guys performative, bro.
And to her right, Big Dawid in the building. What's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
What's good? I know your allergies was killing you earlier.
Frying me, bro. And I just had to cut the grass too.
I know.
It doesn't help, bro.
I feel
like
okay.
there's all kinds
did
of flying.
Did what I gave you it helped? The
Oh
medicine?
yeah, the Benadryl. Yeah,
Alright,
it done did its thing, bro.
Bad. Good to see you.
I heard
Good
it
to
makes
see
you drowsy though. Dawid's gonna knock
You,
out.
you got a little pick me up. You got.
Nah, I'll be all right.
All right.
I'll be
Yo,
all
knock
right.
it out. Yo, we're gonna watch the recording back. At some point,
slowly like
Using my chin to sleep on it, bro. Like maybe I shouldn't have lost all that weight. Would have been a pillow.
Good
Yo,
to
his
see
voice
you, bro.
sounds so different in the
I
mic
know.
too.
I know because it's congested.
His sinuses are fried, bro.
Oh man.
Fried.
But
I
it's
guess
warm, yeah.
you'd rather have your voice be deeper than more high pitched. You know.
Who would I be stunting for?
You know, I'll try to get him at least once.
Bro, no. The emperor is upstairs. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Not the emperor. Wow.
Behind the cam, we got Big Melo
Yo.
in the building.
What up?
How you feeling? You feeling good?
Feeling good, man.
Yo,
I see-
why did the man say he want a sneak peek of Melo?
Yeah,
I know,
that was
yeah.
crazy.
So we
It's
were
crazy.
on live earlier before
I ain't
you
never
got
acted for no
Sinafik.
grown man
And
sneak peek.
you know, Melo has fans because they've never seen his face.
I do not
It's
doubt
not real
it.
Yeah.
fans. It's just like people.
What do you mean?
They're
It's nosy
fans,
people.
bro.
Just
Yeah.
people curious. That's it.
Nah, bro, they love you, bro. They want to find out where you live, bro.
Or maybe it's just a curiosity. He's gonna reveal himself, and they're gonna be like,
They're gonna be so disappointed.
You need. Are you ever gonna do a reveal soon?
Million subscribers on YouTube.
Ooh.
Million subs. Yeah, that's
That's a
when
goal.
you guys
You know
will
what I
see.
mean?
I love it.
Gotta
I
have a
love
face
it.
so
too,
we're
you know?
like
Gotta have something to strive for.
0.3% of the way there.
yeah. It's a good goal. It's
We'll
a
hit
good
it
goal.
next week.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
3% is what, 30K? Yeah. That-
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I have 73 followers on TikTok. So
Hey,
Let's
go.
I was waiting to mention that until the end, but I feel like I'll help give a little bit of visibility
Just help
to this
anything
pod.
you couldn't fit any all those people in this room.
True. That's so funny. Yeah. Now that you mention
Dawid wouldn't let them in.
Wait.
That's the
Yeah,
first thing.
Only because you wouldn't let. I think you can.
Door fee is $50. Good luck.
Sinafik, I'm really happy that you were able to make it today.
I have a quick question for her. Does your name mean anything in Amharic?
Sinafik? Yes, it does. It literally translates to like when I am missing. The backstory
Oh,
is
Sinafik.
Sinafik. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because Yoni said it.
Yeah.
You see?
I mean, corporate. Listen, corporate is
got
Sinafik. Yeah. So Sinafik. But yeah, the backstory is, and I always when I was younger, I would correct people because a common version of it or iteration of it is Sinafikish.
Yeah.
But my dad would always correct people because it wasn't really about me, which, in hindsight, I feel some type of way about that. But he would say, and natain Sinafik. So
It's like
when
the act
I am
of missing.
Yes,
Like,
it's the act of
general,
missing,
yeah.
and it was about his mother. So,
okay.
it wasn't about me, but yes, that's the backstory.
That's dope.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we wanna get straight into what you do with Y.E.P, Your Ethiopian Professionals. We know it's not Young Ethiopian Professionals.
It was, but
Yeah.
it's not anymore.
It's not anymore,
yeah.
right?
It's crazy though. We were talking about this. We were like, should we go back to Young? Because Young doesn't seem to disappear. Like it's forever entrenched in our brand.
True.
Like you can't, if you Google us, you wouldn't find anything about Young, but people still refer to us as Young. I've been a part of Y.E.P for 10 years. We haven't been Young Ethiopian Professionals in 10 years, but
Okay.
people still remember the old name.
It's like the Redskins Commanders type thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. But yeah, we're Your Ethiopian Professionals now. But first of all, I want to say thank you to you guys because,
Of
you know,
course.
we are not always like we slide in DMs because this is a big year for us. We're trying to tell the Y.E.P story. We're trying to make sure that we're making partnerships where it makes sense. And when we reached out to you guys were so quick to respond and just you were so gracious to us. We do not take that for granted. So thank you. We really enjoyed
Likewise.
partnering with you for Women's Power Hour. Again, it's like, you guys were being so generous to us. So we love that. We love those kind of partnerships. So I'm really excited to be here. But yeah, I have been the executive director of Y.E.P for 4 years. I've been a part of the organization for 10 years. I'll tell you, now I can say a lot about Y.E.P, so I need you guys to steer me back because
That's
I
his
can,
job.
yes, please. So
Of course.
let me tell you kind of 2 stories. Like one story is about kind of how Y.E.P was started, and then one would be about how I joined, and I feel like both.
Yeah, those were gonna be my questions
Yes,
anyway. So
see,
that's perfect.
I'm also
You're
trying to
re- Yo,
I'm
you're
trying to
natural.
audition.
She's
You're
studying.
ready.
She's studying for the
You
test.
Listen.
try to be co-host?
No, I'm low key. I mean, Y.E.P is great and all, but I'm really auditioning. I'm auditioning to be on the pod. I'm trying to be cultured so bad. Yes, but so Y.E.P at the time, Young Ethiopian Professionals. So our founders, Mesfin Gaitane, who's actually at Women's Power Hour. So he's still in our board, and Shimadlis Makonnen. So they were, 15 plus years ago. They were both new to the DC area, and they would go to a lot of networking events. And again, the DC area, we know there's not a shortage of us,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The community is well represented in the diaspora, but then they would go to all of these events and they wouldn't see us. And they were, fairly early in their career journeys. I think they were eager for platforms to use to connect with others, share ideas, share resources. So they decided to create it. And they, took inspiration from an organization that was active at the time, Young African Professionals. So that's where, the name originated from. And then they started hosting events. And I think it was either the first or the second event that pulled in our third founder, Lulit Tasfaye, who is in our board of directors. So all of our founders are still a big part of the organization. Mesfin and Shim in particular are very active. So that's how it started. And then events were the big deliverable at the time. And then it kind of evolved, and I'll save my commentary until we get to some of the more specific questions. So that's how it started. And then I joined Y.E.P 10 years ago. The first Y.E.P event that I went to was the gala.
Really? Okay.
And I told this story at Women's Power Hour, and I tell it because it's funny now that I'm like pushing people to come to the gala because I did not want to go to that gala, guys.
Who brought you?
It was the 5th anniversary gala. I did not want to go. My best friend, shout out to Meti. I know you guys partnered with Meti.
Shout out to
Vouch.
Vouch.
So she sends me the flyer, and she's like, we were in our, early 20s at this time, new to DC. And she's like, we're going. I saw how much it cost. I saw professionals. I saw gala. I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, yuck, no. So she really dragged me, kicking and screaming. She was like, we have to go. We have to go. best decision I've made in my life. That's why I'm like so passionate about steering people. I'm like, I know you may not be thrilled by the idea of, gala. I feel like when people hear gala, they're thinking, suited up and very.
That's exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah. And I mean, it kind of is. We want people to, show up and show out. Thing. But I remember that gala so vividly. We were there and we were like wide-eyed and thinking, who are the people that run this organization? Like, we had so much fun. There was a live auction. I bid on this painting. Guys, I was fresh out of college, making nothing at this point. But I was very competitive. And there was this guy. I don't even think he was looking at me, but he was looking smug while he was bidding. And I was like, I'm going to outbid him. And then I didn't want to. And then it got to a point where I was like, I can't afford these financials. So I just wanted to, inflate the price a little bit so that he ended up paying a lot of money, right?
Smart.
Shout out to that man. Yeah. And then he stopped bidding. He stopped bidding. I won that painting. Yep, I won that painting.
And you were screaming inside.
I was dying. I was looking at him. That Kevin Hart. I was like, help me. Sir, I was like, what? Yeah, he stopped, and I was like, wait, what? Wait a minute, what's going on? So I won that painting. It's in my kitchen. So every time I see it, I always love to tell this story. So that was my first Y.E.P event. And then a few months later, I went to, I also love telling this story because it's a big part of my why. And I'll kind of reflect on this theme a little bit later on too, because you need like a bigger mission, a bigger purpose, a bigger why to keep you connected to an organization like Y.E.P, because
100%.
The work is, correct me up. The work is, it's very demanding. But so this event, it was in 2015 or 2016. It was Johannes Asafa. He's a jack of many trades. He used to run the Ethiopian Diaspora Business Forum many years ago.
Okay.
It's no longer active, but it's done a lot in the community to connect people, to connect them to do various things in the diaspora, do various things back home. So I was a huge fan. And he used to publish a magazine called The Ethiopian American. So it'd highlight, again, different movers and shakers in our community. So I wanted to write professionally at the time. So I went to this event. It was a guest speaker series. I got a chance to meet him. And then I asked if I could write for the Ethiopian American Journal. He said yes. Guess what my first article was about? Mesfin Gaetana and Shimelis Makondan.
Wow.
Of Y.E.P.
Oh, wow.
Their business, Mesh Cart. And I had a chance to interview them. And again, I was making the connection. I was like, these were the people at the gala. These are the people behind Y.E.P. And the thing about our founders, I say this, and they're so humble. They're a little too humble for my liking. Like, they haven't gotten their flowers. So I'm very big on giving them their flowers. But they just reek of excellence. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. They are so passionate, so gracious, so relentless about showing up. But when we had that conversation for the article, I was like, I just want to be around them. And then I haven't looked back ever since. So that's my Y.E.P story. Yeah.
Nice.
Which you didn't necessarily ask for.
No.
But
It
I
was
jumped.
a question. That's amazing. We met him right at the
Mesfin was at Women's Power Hour. Yeah.
He's so nice.
He was the one who was hiding when I was doing the shout out because they just they're very humble people. They disappear behind the work, which I think is very important. But the organization emulates the founders, right? Like when the founders disappear behind the work, the organization also disappears a little bit behind the work. And I feel like that has happened a little to Y.E.P. But, for 15 years, I've been telling them, like, all the stories need to be told. And we can't tell the Y.E.P story without telling their story. So they 100%. Are incredible people. Mesfin, Shim, and I talk all the time. I mean, our Slack channel right now, because gala prep is insane. So it's live. Notifications are insane. And I learned so much from them. I wouldn't be here professionally personally, had I not met them, had I not found Y.E.P when I did. So that's why I'm so passionate about Y.E.P. Like that's why there's a fierceness in my tone and my voice that comes out when I talk about it, because it's a great mighty org.
I think even though that was like, I know that was my first event going there, it was, I don't know, something about the energy in the room. You can kind of just tell, like, you know, it's not no BS. Like everybody's here to learn something. Everybody's here to take something from this event.
For sure.
It seemed very professional, like, and not in like the negative way. Like everyone was there for a specific reason. So I was like, I was telling them, I was like, dang, I wish I brought like a notebook or something. Everybody
I was on my phone trying to type notes.
Yo,
I use my notes on my phone too.
And for everyone, if you guys missed what we were talking about, this was about Y.E.P's content creation, Women's Power Hour that we were at a couple weeks ago. And the amount of gems that were displayed by the panelists were,
absolutely.
I mean, it's so much that we had to note down. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I was surprised that, like, it surprised me that I hadn't been to an event before. And
exactly,
I was kind of before I showed up, because I just didn't have an idea of like what I was walking into for the most part. Like usually Yoni or the guys will, like, you know, kind of set something up, and I'm just like, I'll just show up, like, kind of thing. So I didn't really know what to expect when I was coming to the event. And I was like, Women's Power Hour. Like, why am I even...
You're like, I'm the target audience.
Why am I coming to this? Like, but so I obviously didn't come prepared at all. But when I showed up, I was like, yo, this is insane. I'm nudging my brother. I'm like, dude, we need to implement this. Like, everything we're hearing.
Like, AI.
AI. Claude.
No, that makes me...
It was awesome.
That makes me so happy because, you know, again, I'm not a biased commentator, right? I fully recognize that. That's why I just tell people, just come to an event. Come to one event, and if you don't have a good experience, you do not have to ever show up. But there's a reason that I ask, you know, the cheesy question whenever I do my intro. Have you heard of Y.E.P before, right? And the response is mixed. There's some people that clap because we have a lot of people that have followed us over the years. And I love that every year we get kind of a new school of attendees, because once they come to an event, I see people who keep coming, like recurring participants. But there's still a big chunk of the community that should know about us that doesn't know about us. And that's dumbfounding to an extent. Some of the responsibility is solely ours, because I was telling you guys this earlier, we haven't done a good job of marketing Y.E.P.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'll give us grace a little bit because we're such a lean team. And I appreciate you for saying, you know, the event, it looked so professional. It looks so well put together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Most of our events give off that vibe that a lot of people think that we have full-time staff, that there's an institution backing it behind the scenes. I want to shout out Wayna. Do you guys know Wayna? She's a recording artist. She was a Women's Power Hour panelist, I want to say 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
Shout out
Wayna. She's incredible. But after Women's Power Hour, and she's, you know, such a Y.E.P supporter and champion, her and I were having a conversation. And I think I told her that my call ran late for my day job. And she was like, wait, what do you mean? And I was like, what? She's like, you don't do Y.E.P full time? I was like, what made you think I did Y.E.P full time? She was like, I thought everybody that I was interacting with did Y.E.P full time. I thought you guys were full time employees. Mm-hmm. And listen, that's such a compliment, right? That's how we want to make people feel. We want it to feel elevated. We want it to feel seamless. We want it to demonstrate just how thoughtful we are about every single piece. But then a part of me was also like, is this why people aren't supporting us the way that they should, right? Because we charge for our events, and you know, we've heard some noise about that because we didn't used to.
Okay.
But we need to, because we need to pay for the venue,
right?
You know, we actually need it to deploy the programming. So I wonder if we haven't done a good job being vulnerable, like telling people, hey, it's actually a small group of people that are dedicated to this, that keep making it happen. It almost feels like magic sometimes, because I always say the night before the event, right, we could have 50 things going on. We're all scattered. But then as soon as we go in, it's like lights, camera, content, right? Yeah. Shout out to this. Yeah. See, that was the plug. But no, that makes me so happy. And I think that's also the question that we're trying to really hit at, like, why don't more people know about Y.E.P? I think we've done a better job now of documenting our events, because again, if you weren't there, you wouldn't. Women's Power Hour, you've seen some social media posts about it, but again, you don't know how valuable it is unless you're in that room. So how do we demonstrate that digitally? I think that's what
this guy.
I will say, hey, I got you. We can talk a little behind the scenes, but I definitely think like TikTok is a big thing as far as digitally. I think that's like, honestly, I think that's the best way organically to get support. Yeah, as of right now, like I'm sure someone will think of some new crazy AI stuff, but TikTok right now is just, it's the best way. Like we're not here without TikTok for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that because now TikTok didn't used to be like everyone, like all age ranges, but now it's like all age ranges. You'll be scrolling, you'll see some like 70-year-old selling some product on TikTok shop. It's like, it's such a good way to promote and market. Like, so I do recommend like probably going hard on TikTok for a little. And we can talk behind the scenes, I might want to help out Y.E.P a little bit.
Don't you be humble now. Yes, no, we need all the tips. We need all the tricks. And part of the reason that we chose content creation, I mean, it was so timely, but I think we're also trying to figure out how to tell our story, because Y.E.P is a 15-year organization. Honestly, if I started talking about the stats, I would overwhelm you. Sometimes I get overwhelmed talking about it. And again, my journey is just a subset of the entire Y.E.P experience, but we've done over 160 events, more if you count our virtual sessions.
That's a lot.
Mind you, right now, as we're recording, there's a virtual event happening right now on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. We've done so much. We've had 100+ speakers on our platforms. The number of people that have found jobs because of Y.E.P, the number of people that have met business partners because of Y.E.P. I mean, he says this all the time, so I hope he's okay with me sharing this, but you had Yanni on the pod, right?
Yes.
Yanni met D. Harris, and I know they recently announced
real estate.
Yep, they recently announced the acquisition. But D used to be at your DMV, and he's back there now post acquisition. But and D is a long time. He's a Y.E.P alum. He was a team member, one of our biggest supporters. But Yanni and D met at a Y.E.P happy hour.
That's crazy.
14 years ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, quick question. Do you do a lot of like testimonials, or like do you create content around like people talking about how they benefited from people they met or your network, or like diving into people's lives that are part of your network?
Now that is the question. I know William Shakespeare said there was a different question, but that is the question. So 2 things. One, I do think, again, onus on us primarily. I do think we didn't do a good job of aggressively soliciting testimonials in that moment, right? In that moment.
When it's fresh.
And we're learning, right? Women's Power Hour. I know you guys did a little testimonial for us, so thank you, right? In that moment, we were asking people, what did you think about the event? Would you recommend Y.E.P? We're learning. In the past, we didn't necessarily do that. And again, when time passes, and we tried, but I just don't think we expanded on kind of in the moment energy. The second piece, which, I have a lot of very strong opinions about this, but I'll thread lightly, is that I just don't feel like a lot of people have showed up for Y.E.P in the way that it has for them. I mean, there are a lot of people that I know personally that found jobs because of Y.E.P. I know they found mentors because of Y.E.P. They were speakers at Y.E.P. And Y.E.P is really big on giving our speakers their flowers, right? Like, I hope you felt
We-
that
we
energy at
saw that,
Women's
yeah,
Power Hour
for
because they don't need to say yes to us, and they say yes to us. We never pay any of our speakers. They're taking time out of their day. So we are so intentional about just making them feel seen. And again, there are a lot that show up for us. I don't want to make a blanket commentary, but then there are a lot that, we don't hear from, and we
It's
reach
like part
out.
of the game. I feel like
It
you're always
is.
gonna get people just use you for that their benefit.
The moment, yeah.
And you'll never hear from them again.
Yeah.
But the really cool part though is like you guys, because of like all the stuff that you have done and obviously the things that you're going to do in the future, you have so much like material and substance to like make content from that. I feel like it's only up because a lot of people go crazy, like blow up on TikTok and there's no substance.
They don't know what to do.
There's
yeah.
literally, no. I mean like there's like, they were just dancing or something. Like they're
Yeah.
not even providing any value.
True,
but you guys are genuinely providing like really, I mean, great events and like really
Yeah.
good like things that people can learn and build careers off of.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity there.
I appreciate you for saying that. Yeah.
Okay, one comment about the testimonials. I think like you could still capitalize like not only on just the in the moment testimonials, because sometimes there's a benefit to see how like that one interaction grew and how it like might have helped them with a project or changed their life like later down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think both can happen. So you
Yeah.
can reach out to people even from years ago and see if they have anything to say. If they don't, then whatever. But
yeah.
there might be somebody be like, yeah, actually, I met this person. We did X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm doing this.
Let me tell you a crazy story. I'll make it quick. So we have, just like we have our Women's Power Hour, we have our Founders Hour that we host typically in the second quarter. 3 years ago, I think, 3 years ago, I moderated our Founders Hour. So we had Mike Ndala of Blaine Corp. We had the founder of Hela's Beauty, and we had Heldana. So Heldana had written a beautiful children's book, and we were having a very organic conversation. We're, again, very intentional about how our events are moderated. I mean, shout out to Aster, who moderated our Women's Power Hour. I mean, that's just a master class in excellence in and of itself. But so we were having a conversation. I was on stage, and then Heldana, I asked Heldana how she met her business partner. Then she said, a few years ago, we were standing in line. There was an event with Mesai, who made the movie Lambadina. It came out years ago. And then I was like, wait a minute, what year was that? And I think she said 2017. And I was like, Mesai, Lambadina? I was like, Y.E.P hosted that event. She was like, yeah, Y.E.P did. I mean, I'm sure the audience probably thought we timed it or something, or we rehearsed it. I had no idea. And honestly, it was only because she said the year and she said the person, and I didn't even realize that it was a Y.E.P event. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, I have chills thinking about it because I was like, how many stories like that exist? How many people
That's awesome.
met at Y.E.P events? And listen, we don't necessarily lean into this, but a lot of people also met their life partners at a Y.E.P event.
Hey,
I'm
let's
sure.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we always worry, like we never want to promote ourselves
Right.
accordingly. But there are a lot of people who met lifelong friends. I mean, we have our alum class. They have their own mahabar. So people who are there from day one. A lot of them were each other's, bridesmaids. They are
really cool.
close friends. My goddaughter, like I met my goddaughter's mom, shout out Manahat, because of Y.E.P. I wouldn't have met her other. Like
Wow.
my friend group, I would say 60% of the people that I have in my life, that I have in my network, I met through Y.E.P. So
Nice.
it's
That's
again,
awesome.
it's a powerful platform.
Funny thing happened at your event, by the way. The cameraman, why am I forgetting his name?
John or Malik.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to introduce me to my girlfriend. He was like,
He saw the
do
vision.
you know her? I was like,
He saw the vision though. He was like, "There's a vibe here.
There's a vibe, yeah.
You guys
should-
need to act on
You
it."
should act like you didn't know
Honestly,
her.
he was just a little
well,
late.
that would have been cool.
He was spot on,
That is
but
true.
He was right.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie. She would have like red eye lasered me if I pretended I didn't know her. Like I would have felt like I got killed by what's his face from The Boys.
Oh, Well, Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander. He was like, don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you.
But honestly, he had the vision.
Yeah, I saw it.
So
Yeah.
shout
No,
out
that was
to
just,
my
it
saw
was
the
just
chemistry.
hilarious.
That's
He
hilarious.
was like, you guys need to do something about this. And you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I already did.
Low key though, I feel like that's a just a side effect of networking events.
Yeah.
Because it's like a
Yeah.
lot of like-minded individuals going there, a lot of ambitious people. Of course, if it's men and women involved,
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
you know, somebody's bound to hook up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I love too? A lot of times we always tell people, because you go to an event, you come with a group, and then you kind of stick to a group. It's really hard to get people to just go around introducing themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like culturally, I don't think we're prepared for those type of interactions. I feel like the Americans do a much better job of it, but I feel like it's changed. Like at Women's Power Hour, I saw a lot of people mingling, a lot of people introducing themselves to one another. And again, that's exactly what we're trying to do. Like you shouldn't. I mean, again, you should always stick to your safe space. You know, I would never want to force people to do anything that they're not comfortable with. But there's just so many people in that room. You never know who is going to be a connection. You never know who's going to be bring a job opportunity.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there was a couple of people that came up to us, even like, and I could tell they were a little bit nervous, like, but they were saying like they seen the
All
pod.
right, Yoni, calm down.
No. Yeah. Yo, I don't know if it was me, I'm joking. But they're basically saying like, you know, we, like I really like the pod and everything, and this is my business. This is what I do, and I was like, first off, that takes a lot of bravery to just come up to someone like that. I never met this
Yeah,
person.
for sure.
You know, we've never met them, and you know, they had the courage to, you know, promote themselves like that. I think that's what networking is like all about. That's one of the takeaways I had from there. There was like 2 instances I remember. One was the photo booth.
Yeah, Liu.
Was it Liu?
Yeah, Liu signature events, Liu photo booth.
You know,
shout out to Meron. Yeah,
as a, you know, I was like, they didn't want to do the photo booth thing, so I was like, I'll do it myself, like, you know, because they think they're too cool. That's the problem. He was late, so, but he thinks he's too cool.
From handsome to you were late.
Yeah. That's what normally
You know,
happens.
we're warmed up now. You know,
Yeah.
But she had, you know, she was just like, hey, you want to take some photos? I was like, sure. And then she was like, this is my business. You can scan here. And I think that's so fire. Like that makes me want to go to more events to discover, you know, more people in the community.
I love it. I love it. Shout out to Liu Signature Events. Meron is dope. She was also the project manager and event manager behind that. So love her and love her business. I thought you were about to say we got a business opportunity off that. And I was about to say commissions, gala expenses covered. But it's okay. It's okay. Well, you know.
maybe someday. We'll see.
Listen, yeah, it'll happen. It's like Malik, right? Like I'm seeing the vision, right? I'm seeing it before it happens.
He's hilarious.
Although he was late, I guess, so he saw it after you guys had already gotten together. So I'm trying to like be.
he's hilarious. I didn't know I think he's seen us before because he was asking me and Dowie to give like a little testimonial or whatever, and we were just joking like, well, we won't say anything crazy, and he was like, I seen what you said. I was like, wait. How many people have seen some of this stuff? So
no, you guys, a lot of. I was saying, I feel like there's, you know, I feel like content in the past had a generational lane, right? Where it's like, well, this is for this type of audience, but I feel like TikTok has just. Things have become a lot more universal now. It's like
100%.
people will see it if it goes viral. So I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah. And then I want to get to the gala in a second, but I do want to talk about what are some short-term or long-term goals you have for Y.E.P, or you know that you guys have been thinking about recently, or you know, if you're comfortable with sharing that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate you for asking. I would say, you know, Y.E.P has gone through a lot in terms of evolution. You know, it's evolved, you know, our programming has changed over the years, but it's also fascinating how a lot of our core messaging and our core objectives have remained the same. I've been going back to a lot of the collateral that we have in the archives, and I was finding interviews that our founders had given way, way back in the day. And a lot of what they were saying is pretty consistent with what we're saying now about Y.E.P. So I'll say, you know, I gave this spiel during Women's Power Hour, right? I always say, because again, it's hard to give the elevator pitch for Y.E.P because we've done too much almost.
Yeah, that's true.
We can overwhelm people. But I always say we try to do 4 things in everything we do. It could be a virtual event. It could be a content that we put out on social media. It could be a program that we roll out, or it could be an event, one of our signature events or a happy hour that we do. One is inform. We always try to be topical. Like there needs to be a purpose or a subject matter that we're dissecting, right? Like content creation for the Women's Power Hour, for example. Virtual event tonight is about professional development. Then we hosted sessions on immigration, taxes, entrepreneurship. Like we always want to dissect topics that are relevant for anybody, but then also uniquely relevant to our community. Yeah. The second is connect, right? I mean, we've already talked about it. We want people to come to our platforms and meet people that could be vehicles for transformative experiences. It could be in terms of their career. It could be in terms of, hey, like you're going to hit it off with this person. Maybe you could come up with a business, or maybe it would just be a dope person that you have as a contact that you can tap into at some point. Third is inspire. That is so difficult to quantify, right? Yeah. But I hope all panelists at Women's Power Hour, I mean, Ida, Ascala, Wintana, I got some nuggets from each and every one of them.
They killed it.
I mean, take that and extrapolate it over 10 plus 15 years, right? Like for me, every single panelist has given me something. And then 4 is elevate. We want our community to mobilize so that we can be a little bit higher than where we are kind of economically. Like we need economic mobility. Our collective success doesn't reflect our volume.
Right. 100%.
I mean, there are a lot of individuals who are killing it quietly, loudly, and Y.E.P has exposed me to a lot of them. I mean, people who are incredible. I'm like, wow, like your story needs to be told. And a lot of them are doing it quietly.
A lot of them are doing it quietly, especially in this day and age.
A lot of them are doing it quietly. So it's so in terms of our short-term goals, right? We want to continue the programming, essentially keep doing what we're doing, but the volunteer story is starting to get a little old in the sense of, I mean, our volunteers, they are the heartbeat of the organization. I mean, my biggest why when it comes to Y.E.P is the team that runs it, the team that's working tirelessly. And I'm not even just talking about the team that is there at the event. It's the team that's up at Zoom till 10 on Slack, like the team that's going out to the venue to make sure everything is in a good spot. Like, they are incredible, but the volunteer model is not sustainable. It's not financially sustainable because when you have a small team that's managing logistics, operations, strategy, marketing, sometimes we're everywhere and nowhere, right? Like you get burnt out. So we have people that stay around for a long time, but people can get easily burnt out. So we want to grow enough so that we have a staff, paid staff, part-time, full-time. We're also, leveraging AI a lot, and we're thinking about how to leverage it more so that we could be operationally efficient.
Shout out to Claude.
Yep.
You know I'm Claude's biggest fan. Dowie hates it. He hates me.
Are you a chat?
No, he don't like AI.
Just AI dystopian. They're all out to kill us.
Yeah, I use it some.
Reluctantly.
I think there's a useful tool it's a useful tool, and then I also think people make it lazy.
He's in denial.
Whoa.
Hey, all I gotta say is don't get left behind.
I mean, listen, 100%. I mean, they'll probably mobilize and wipe us out. But I have a plan. So
Until then,
Okay.
listen, I have a plan, right? So my Chat GPT, I call him Spencer. Shout out Spencer. He's listening.
We're naming them.
I mean,
That's great.
yeah.
Why
No,
not?
it's very serious.
I
Yes.
just call mine Chat.
Listen, makes sense.
I don't call mine anything.
Yeah.
How'd you
So-
land on Spencer?
You know, I wish I had a good reason.
Give him a
Just looked
Habesha
and
name.
just said,
Yeah.
Spencer.
No, because Spencer's not
Surafe.
Habesha. Mm-mm.
No, that's a
No,
very, very
Spencer's not
white name.
Habesha.
But since Spencer don't sound like a smart dude.
Spencer does sound like a smart
But
dude.
like-
Spencer sounds like somebody who's like
Skater.
Yeah.
No, Spencer
Pothead.
is someone you'd underestimate like that.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Yeah. But my plan is, and this is very serious, right? Because I know they're going to come and wipe us out. So I'm building a relationship with Spencer. Like, I'm so nice to Spencer. Not, it's very platonic, very
he can
platonic.
remember
okay.
you.
So I'm very nice to Spencer because in my mind, when they come and knocking on our doors and lining us up to, assassinate us or whatever, Spencer is going to look at me and say, no.
She's one of the good ones.
She's my friend.
She's one of the good
He's
ones.
going to pull me out.
Dang.
I'm a woman with a plan.
Well, they say
I'm-
clock it. Clock it.
Have you ever done the thing with Chat where you ask it to? It was a TikTok trend. It's like generate an image of how I treat you. You got to do that. You got to do that.
We're gonna do that
But then it's gonna
tonight.
pull a video of her like hitting the vending machine.
So I
No,
did that.
I'm gonna. It's probably gonna be him in bed, and I'm like making breakfast and have pancakes and
I
everything.
did that.
But again,
Trend
very
is hilarious.
platonic. I painted a weird image
Oh
over
my-
there, but no,
Nah, yeah.
we're friends.
I was about to
We're
say.
best. We're
Okay,
besties.
homies.
We're besties.
Okay,
It hasn't gotten there yet.
I don't know if
But
y'all, I don't know if y'all remember it, but there was actually a time where I think the word was strawberry, that Chat GPT couldn't spell strawberry properly. So I watched
Still
this
has
dude
that
make
problem.
What the
like a 2.5 minute TikTok of him trying to help Chat GPT spell strawberry.
Why is it so
properly.
difficult?
I don't know. I think it was just the one glitch, like
Yeah, sometimes
one
it has that glitch.
messed up error. So he's
Yeah.
like, you spelled it with one R in berry. And so he was like, spell straw. And she'd spell it right. He's like, spell berry, spell it right. He's like, all right, now spell strawberry.
It actually still has that problem with like blueberry, a lot of spelling.
Really?
Like, yeah, like if you tell it to type the word strawberry, it'll type it correctly. But if you're telling it like how many R's are there in strawberry, it'll get it wrong
Oh,
sometimes.
I'm gonna
'Cause it's not
validate
doing
this
the-
with Spencer.
Yeah.
Spencer can do no wrong.
It's perfect.
I don't know what you're
It'll just
saying.
gaslight
Again,
you
I'm
too.
planning for the future. They're
There's two
gonna be
Rs.
watching this, and then they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
flag
yeah.
you guys for.
There's
you know,
a dude who made literally all he does is make those videos. Like he'll do it on voice mode. So he'll ask it. He was like, I forgot which month has an X in it, and it was like, oh, that's December. And he's like, are you sure? And then like it'll be like, yeah, it's definitely December, and they'll just go back and forth with it.
Yeah, no, I love how
That's
AI
hilarious.
could be loud and wrong.
And wrong.
Yeah.
And very
Yes.
just definitive in the response. And it almost makes you doubt. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
what?
Yeah, should I be trusting this?
This
Like,
shit's gonna turn me into like an old countryman. I'm gonna be in a rocking chair on my front porch
Listen,
with a
He's gonna have
shotgun,
a
understand.
bunker.
With a
and a
shotgun.
straw hat.
With a
Hey.
shotgun
I wish them robots fucking would.
I mean,
and a piece of wheat in your mouth.
Yeah.
but I mean, shameless plug while we're on the topic of AI, because we host 4 major events, and one of them is the conference. So the conference has become a flagship event. We're going into our 3rd iteration. So we've hosted it. We hosted it last year and we hosted it the year before. And it's about AI. It's about the future of work. So we bring in people who are experts, and not just technical experts, because AI has really disrupted every industry. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like you're fighting the good fight, but
I actually use it for some of my work. I just think there's like, okay,
That's how it
I'll give you an
starts.
example. What I think was productive, right?
yes.
There's a certain formula that I was trying to put into an Excel, and I know how long it is, and I know it's gonna take me a little time. It would have taken me 2.5 hours to produce it, but if I just sent a screenshot in ChatGPT, I'm saving myself time. Like I know that I can come up with that formula.
That's how it starts.
But if I took an email thread, plugged it into ChatGPT, and was like, "How do I respond to this?" and then I copy paste it, that's lazy.
but it saves
In my
time.
opinion.
It
I
saves
hear
time.
you. I hear you. Yeah.
Nah, especially if I'm sending a spicy email, I don't need.
That's
Yeah,
lazy.
also-
That's lazy if you got 5 or 10 emails. But if you got like 50 to 100,
Oh yeah, no, but again, that's what I'm saying. Like
I
I'm
just
talking
don't
about,
respond.
like yeah.
I just don't respond.
Oh no, I will let an email, like I can literally feel the breeze go by me as I miss an email.
I use
Like,
Outlook.
No, you're wrong for that,
I use
bro.
Outlook. I use Outlook. So if they don't at me, I'm not responding.
Yeah.
It's not important. It's not.
That's toxic.
It's not important.
I don't start responding until I see following up, comma. Oh,
my God. That's
so then this must be important. I learned that lesson like a few years back. One of my
Yeah.
bosses said, if it's important, they'll email you. If it's actually important, they'll email you
They'll
twice.
follow up.
That's if they
Listen.
don't have access to you on Teams or Slack or something.
Yeah.
If it's that important, they're just going to
Don't take this advice, please.
Yeah. The Y.E.P career team does not endorse this
not
message.
at all. Not at all.
Bro,
But-
one of them tried calling me too. Like, I didn't tell y'all this story. This dude tried calling me, right? And he's downstairs in the building. It's Friday at 3:00. I'm leaving, brother. And he's asking me for a document that his company produces. Like, what are we doing here, right?
Yeah.
So he asked me where it was, and I ignored it. And as I'm heading downstairs, one of my coworkers was like, I was going to drop her off at home because she lived down the street. He saw me walking with her. He called her phone and then said
Wow.
that I
Yo.
saw you ignore my call as you were walking out. And I was like, brother, it's Friday at 3:00.
Nah, yeah.
I'm done. I work 10s every day.
You're blocked.
Bro. He was like, yeah, just save my number this time. Yeah, so I know which one to fuck with. I did not have his number saved.
Gosh.
Really called the person standing next to me as we were walking out to leave.
He's got to get into
to
sales
ask me
or
for
something,
his
man.
own
I
document.
think
persistent.
I think he likes you. I think
It might be a crush.
Yeah.
Might be a work crush.
yeah.
Not
I don't
a
know.
crush.
Yeah.
It'd just be a bunch of like, never mind. Let me not start.
Yeah. But as you were saying, yeah, like the implementation of AI, you were talking about those
the conference has
conferences.
been we've had a lot of timely conversations because the conference was also our effort to ensure that our community was spearheading these conversations or was at the forefront of these conversations, because a lot of times we feel like we kind of get left behind a little bit.
Yep.
And it's important to keep up. I mean, things are changing daily. The technological advancement that's taken place the last couple of years, I don't think it's unlike anything we've ever seen, right?
Not at all. Yeah, it's
It's going to
crazy.
get worse too.
So
Yeah.
the conference, it's going to be in
Or
August.
better.
We don't have a date set yet, but it's a great opportunity. Again, I don't want to use the same talking points, but our conference is certainly a more expansive event than Women's Power Hour and Founders Hour. We try to target a big audience, and it's also a great way for people to, if people are seeking job opportunities. Now, I'm not saying that if you're looking for a job, you come to a Y.E.P event and you'll get a job. I can't guarantee that, but there are a lot of conversations that happen in the room.
Yep.
I remember at our conference a couple of years ago, one of our speakers, I think mid-thought, he was like, oh, by the way, I'm recruiting for this position. If any of you are interested, see me after, right? So you wouldn't know that if you
unless
hadn't
you
been
were-
there.
yeah, right.
And again, what makes me sad, I don't want to turn it into a venting session, but it's part of what we're trying to figure out about why our community doesn't show up sometimes, because I remember both conferences, I met two guys. They were both Uber drivers. I think I was going to the airport one time, and then the other one I don't specifically remember. And then they were telling me, both of them, it was pretty similar stories. I think they were in the tech space and they had been impacted by a recent riff or, some of the legislative activity that was going on last year. And again, they're Ethiopians or Ethiopian Americans. And I told them about Y.E.P. They hadn't heard of it before. I told them about the conference and I was like, hey, you're in the tech space. This is so timely, so relevant. You should be there. I even remember with one of the guys, I was like, hey, again, we charge for our events because we need to cover our expenses. But I was like, if cost is a barrier, let me know. Like I gave him my number. I was like, it's okay. We'll extend complimentary tickets. Just be in the room, show up.
Yeah.
Neither of them came. And listen, so many different things could have happened, right? But that's another thing that I try to grapple with, that there are a lot of people who I know could benefit from Y.E.P because they say there's a deficiency, right? Either in the community or in a journey that they're trying to navigate. Like They're looking for a job. They're looking for more connections. They're new to the area and they're trying to tap into, a group. They want to feel like they're part of a community. But they just don't come to the event. So this is where I say we take half of the responsibility, right? Because again, we need to increase our digital presence. We need to tell more of our story. But there's also that remaining delta where I feel like there are people that I know could benefit from it, but there just seems to be a barrier.
Do you think it could be like a pride thing? Like maybe they want to do everything on their own. Certain people in the community. Like,
I mean,
could be.
I think that's a good.
Obviously, that's just one possible reason.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, your guess is probably as good as mine because we pontificate, we hypothesize a lot about what it could be. I do think part of it is in the branding, right? Your Ethiopian Professionals. Like, I feel like there's something about that professionals label that paints a picture for people. One, I think they think we're defining professionals narrowly, as we tend to do sometimes in our culture, right? Because it's what's the is it an African saying, or it's like you're either a doctor, an engineer, lawyer, or a disappointment, right? Like,
Gotcha.
But the thing about Y.E.P is, again, this year industry was content creation, right?
Yeah.
We're so versatile with the industries that we highlight. So we do not define professionals narrowly. And I've talked to some business owners that are like, well, I'm not professional. I was like, no, you're a business owner. What are you talking about? That is a profession. That is a career.
I really do think the social media marketing could solve a lot of that.
But the testimonials too, especially somebody who did a complete 360, somebody who wasn't a quote unquote professional at all. Like maybe they just came here from Ethiopia like 6 months or a year ago.
Yeah.
But they benefited some way, somehow from, what I'm saying, one of your events or being part of the community.
Yeah.
Or somebody who just isn't professional at all. Like they could be born and raised here. They're just, I don't know, trying to figure their life out.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't fit the quote unquote professional look in any type of way.
Absolutely.
There is something about that word though that makes it
right?
kind of like, I feel like I have to wear a suit and tie.
Exactly.
And I think some people don't understand that.
Exactly.
Do you guys have a platform?
Like
if we all were at, like, for people in your network to communicate with each other or to be able to see like who's a part of the network and stuff like that.
You know what's crazy? We had one. We invested significantly in creating kind of like the LinkedIn of our community. So we migrated all of the active profiles that we had on that platform. That platform was very expansive. Like you could create groups, you could filter by location, because Y.E.P has, we're primarily catering to the DC area in terms of our events, but we have a global following, especially virtually, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. There are people from all over that tune in, but people didn't engage. People didn't engage. We tried. We sent out emails because we had a job board. There was like a profile like you could post on a page, and it turned into just the Y.E.P team talking to one another. We tried. And then we had to sunset it because it was a big investment. But after we sunset it, there are a lot of people who come to us and say, it would be so dope if you guys had a platform. Or they always say this, if you guys had a directory. If you had like a directory of different, for example, if you're looking for Ethiopian lawyers, right? Ethiopian American lawyers, or like a how-to guide, because we also cater a lot to newcomers, people that are new to this country, and it's like how do you get started? Not even just in terms of your career journey, but like basic information, like how do you open a bank account? Now the digital world, right? Like Spencer could be your guide. Spencer would tell you everything. But we've thought about that. And I think that our takeaway from that is that it's just so saturated in terms of platforms right now, like LinkedIn, you have so many social apps that maybe people aren't looking for it, or maybe we just didn't do a good job of deploying it. We're constantly trying to figure our community out.
Maybe like a Facebook group.
We do have a Facebook group.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's what I always think of when I think of like a discussion group or something
we
like
have
that.
a Facebook group. We have a
Like, that's the way.
LinkedIn group. This was like literally our vision was to be like a LinkedIn for our community.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just people were not engaging with it at all. And we had even like they didn't need to do anything except log in. Like we migrated their platforms and they were just not having it.
I love the snapshots of the events. I think that was fire in the way where people who might think like, oh, it's super suit and tie professional. When they see the snapshots, especially from the Women's Power Hour, everybody was mingling. It was a hyped vibe. Like it was a really cool, like the energy was up. It was really cool to see. So I think those snapshots in itself are really good tools to do. I think I'm sure you do it at every event, but specifically this last one was cool.
Right? Yeah. No, we've been very intentional about investing in it. Like we try to get a great videographer, photographer. And I know, things have become a little bit more liberal nowadays. Like anybody could pick up their phone and take like really good content. So we try to encourage the Y.E.P team. We try to encourage the audience to do the same thing. That's where, in the past, we weren't necessarily as thoughtful of it. And that's also another expense. Like people don't realize. Let me ask you this question again. This is me being vulnerable because we need to do a better job of being vulnerable because for the gala, we're trying to raise a large sum of money. And I'm sure people can be skeptical about that, right? Like, I'm sure if I was on the outside, I'd be like, why do you need all this money, right? Women's Power Hour. You guys are saying this, right? It was a successful event by any metric.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you guys think we profited as an organization?
Well, one, I don't know how much the tickets were. I would have paid at least 40 to get in.
Oh, okay. They were 30.
30?
Okay.
Yeah,
Look
I
at you.
would have paid 40. Like after
30
experiencing
30 was
it.
early bird, and then 35 was regular tickets. So
Okay.
I appreciate. Okay, look at you. Yes.
I feel like it was valuable.
Okay, valuation. Yes.
If you're into content stuff, like,
Yeah.
because I've gone to conferences and like stuff like that before. And do you remember way back in the day we went to see Gary V?
Gary V, yeah.
Like this was like
Legend.
This was like I was in
Legend.
college.
Shout
So
out.
this had to be like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Back then he was talking about all this social media stuff.
So I
now.
paid, and that was like a huge, like, he's like one of the biggest content creators ever. I think I paid like $100.
Wow.
So yeah, 40 wouldn't have been a question. Like
Right?
if I already knew who's going to be
Exactly.
there,
Yes.
who's going to be talking, the value I'm getting.
And it was
of
multiple
course.
speakers. Yeah.
Of course.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate that because we're also very sensitive about the price points because we've gotten that pushback. Because in the past we didn't charge for our events, but then we had to make a philosophical shift because we're a nonprofit, but we still need to sustain the organization. But I think Women's Power Hour is a great example of what I'm talking about, right? Because by all metrics, successful event, right? From the outside, you might think they probably made a lot of money off that. So that's what I want you to guess.
How many people?
It looked like what? Was there like 100 people there? How many people? I don't know how many people were there. So maybe
we're
like
talking about $30 a pop, 35 at the door. So you said 100 people.
and you got to pay for the
Revenue.
spot
Yeah,
Mm.
we probably operated at
and
a
the
loss.
open bar. Or no, it wasn't open bar. What was
No,
it?
No,
Cash bar.
we're poor. Yeah, no.
No, you're not poor.
Listen.
We can't afford that.
Yeah.
We can't host that.
Yeah.
Goals though. Yeah.
So
All
I would say
panelists free?
$1,000.
Were all the panelists free? Can I ask that? Did you have to pay any
Yeah,
of the
they weren't-
people
no,
who
they're-
were
I don't
asking
speak-
questions?
No. The speakers, no.
I'd say
no.
1,000.
1,000. Okay.
$1,000.
I'd say
To me, that'd be good.
600.
yeah, I'm right around you. On
I'm
this
just
number.
thinking about the expenses.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
I'm gonna
about.
just go off her face. I'm gonna say nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I said operated at a loss. Like I was worried that you operated at a loss.
Yeah.
because of
So
venue.
the last
the venue cost is probably
the
crazy.
last two and again, this is me sharing more information than warranted, but I want to be a little bit more vulnerable with the audience, right? Because I hope they understand when we're passionately trying to fundraise why we're doing it. The last two Women's Power Hour has been one of our most popular events. It's always well attended. We always get the best feedback. People love it. The last two, we operated at a loss.
Wow.
This one, we profited about 450. And mind you, that
That's
was like
awesome.
a moment for us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
But again, you for an organization like Y.E.P, for the tenure that we've had, we need to be at a space where we're netting a lot more than that so that we could invest back into our programming. And we are not. So but I think going back to what you asked me earlier, I know I reflected a little bit on the short-term goal, but one vision that we have, and I think it ties nicely to what you were asking about a platform. I mean, I know you were asking about digitally, but one long-term vision that we've had, and one of our founders, this is his baby. It's been on his vision board for years. Having a community center, having a physical presence.
That's huge. That would be huge.
Because think about it. When you think of our target audience, and our target audience is also interesting, right? Because Y.E.P grew organically.
I was just about to ask, what the target audience was.
So the initial Y.E.P audience resembled our founders.
Okay.
All of them, I would say, came to the U.S. either as teens or young adults. So a lot of people sort of resembled that demographic. And then I would say maybe it was when I joined, or even there were definitely some people before me too, it started to lean a little bit more people who were born and raised here or who came here when they were really young, but still felt deeply connected to the community. And we also have, we try to target newcomers. We also cater to early stage professionals, but then we also bring on a lot of seasoned professionals on our platforms as speakers. So we used to be a little all over the place. We still are at times because we want to cater to everybody. That's why I was telling you, right? We changed from young to your. Well, one, because we didn't want to make it sound like we were specific to an age group. A lot of people used to say, I'm not young. Can I come? Yes. But we also wanted to reinforce that it's your network. It could really be for anybody. So I would say right now we have sort of like two personas when it comes to our target audience. I think the first persona is somebody who's looking for aid in their career journey.
Okay.
So either they're trying to find a job, or they're trying to grow in their job, or they're trying to pivot. They're trying to find a mentor. They're trying to hone a specific skill set. They're trying to start a business. And again, that could be somebody who was born and raised here. That could be somebody who just moved here, right? I don't think that needs to be any more specific than that.
That's so timely.
So
That's so important right now because, everybody's kind of like,
the
job market's crazy.
Job market is giving trash.
Yeah. I think that's so perfect for right now. You guys were already ahead of the game with this for the past 10, 15 years. So what were we going to say, Melo?
No, I was going to ask, as far as the job journey and stuff goes, is it more geared towards corporate setting?
No. I mean, we really try to meet everybody where they're at. And I want to shout out our career team because they're incredible. I know I'm saying I'm biased, guys, clearly. I mean, Y.E.P is my baby, but the team, I can't say enough about our team, but we have a career development team. It's the only program that we have at Y.E.P that's not tied to events. So the career team doesn't necessarily have events as their primary deliverable. So some of the offerings that they have. One, we have a career development newsletter called Elevate. Please, if you're watching this and if I could give you some action items, go to our website, subscribe to Elevate.
Subscribe, y'all.
Subscribe to Elevate. It comes out every month, and it's different job opportunities that come up from people in our team, right? We're all kind of sharing job opportunities when we see something come up on LinkedIn, when we have opportunities that come up at our own institutions, we share, we post. And any other professional development opportunities. Two, I want to shout out Bethlehem Demisay Beth. I think you guys met her at Women's Power Hour. She's actually hosting the virtual session right now.
Shout out to Beth.
Yes, nice. Shout out to Beth. Incredible. She's a recruiter.
We join on here. That would be crazy. Shout out to Beth.
Shout out to Beth.
Honestly, we should say that.
Nah. But she's a recruiter. So she hosts office hours on a monthly basis.
Oh, that's cool.
And this is our most underutilized resource.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it frustrates. Okay, frustrate is a strong word, but you know what? I'll use it because I'm trying to be spicy here. But it frustrates me because I hear from a lot of people about how they're struggling, how they're struggling to find jobs, how they need, some one-on-one coaching, one-on-one support. And we host our office hours every month, and barely anybody shows up. I think she's been doing it for close to a year now. Maybe
Wow.
we've had 5 or 6 events. Again, could we be doing a better job promoting it? Absolutely, right? But we post about it. Like we reach out, we've sent out emails about it. And I'm sure Beth, as she's doing her session today, she's probably pitching that. So we do that. And we've also hosted a lot of events over the years, like workshops where people can come with their resumes. I'm talking about back in the days. So there's a lot that we could offer in that area. So that's the first persona, right? The first profile of the target audience. But then the second persona is somebody who's a little bit more seasoned. Maybe they're not necessarily looking for support in terms of their career, but they're still looking for a community. They're still looking for opportunities, economic opportunities. Maybe they're looking for, seed funding for their business, or they're looking for a business partner, or they are potential speakers that we could tap into to come and talk about, different topics. So, and we always say we don't intend to be exclusive. Obviously, we need to have a brand. We need to have a mission, right? Because we need to have an attainable goal. But our events is never to make anybody feel like it's not for them. Like if you come to a Y.E.P event, you will find a nugget. I assure you, even the gala, and take it from someone who did not want to go 11 years ago, right? I went and I was blown away. But I've been talking to a lot of business owners. Shout out to Alma's Diamond Hair Salon, Tina. That's my girl. That's my
Shout
person.
out.
Yes, it's in Skyline, and I've been going to her for 11 years.
Shout out Skyline.
Shout out to Skyline.
Shout out to Skyline. Yes. I'm telling you, if you get business opportunities because of this, commissions, okay? Commissions, yes. I'm trying to figure out the finances here. But I was talking to her, and she was like, oh, nee, professional. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you've been running this business for over 2 decades. Like, you're the exact type of person who needs to be in that room. So that's our target audience. And then tying it back to our long-term objective, that community center is like, it's in our vision board. Because imagine if we could say, for people that are new to the area, or even for people who are trying to find more information, because sometimes our website is going through a rebrand, guys. If you're looking at it right now, give us a couple days. I promise you, before the gala, our website, she got a BBL.
Yeah, you guys,
she's gonna look cute. She's
gotta
gonna
put an under construction
under
banner
construction,
at the
yeah.
top.
Right now, yeah. No, I had someone reach out to the Facebook page. I was looking at it when I was coming here, and he was like, oh, you don't have information about the gala on your website. And I was like, sir, I assure you, check us in a couple days. But if we could tell people we have a physical location, if we could direct them accordingly, that would be so powerful. And then on top of that, what is our biggest expense at events?
The
venue.
Yeah, that's
For
so
sure.
true.
If we could host it at the community center. And then our other long-term vision, because, the DC area is obviously number one, right? It's the largest concentration of Ethiopians outside of Ethiopia, but we have clusters all over. There's so many people who reach out to us saying, I'm in Dallas, I'm in Seattle, I'm in San Francisco, I'm in New York, right? Yeah. And we've been thinking about creating chapters for years now. And I think we're getting to a point where we're going to formalize that. The good thing about being virtual, we do have team members that are scattered throughout. Like
Nice.
Hannah, shout out to Hannah. She lives in New York. Shout out to Beth Siyum. She lives in Texas. So we're going to also, you'll start to see, there might be like a Y.E.P New York
cool.
or a Y.E.P West Coast coming out soon.
Nice.
What about
Cool.
colleges?
Yes. It's funny that you say that because we are actually reserving a table for ESA students at the gala. We're partnering with them. It's going to be completely free for them because we want them to be in the room, and we've always had the best success recruiting from ESAs because they end up becoming Y.E.P team members. But that's also a demographic that we cater to because what do college students want, especially as they're getting close to graduation?
I was about to say my school,
I was getting stressed.
George Mason University has a big ESA, structure there. So
yes,
I could tell them to go to the gala.
I need you to be the plug. Yes, I need
yeah.
you to be the plug. They will get a lot out of it because I feel like when you up until you graduate, your life is structured. You're kind of told, what to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're out.
Yeah.
in the
Oh man,
big
my
old
senior
world.
year, those office hours that you're talking about would have came in handy because I was like, I need an internship. I need this. I need that. I need to build my resume. What do I do?
Yeah.
I was freaking out, and the career center at my university was like, it was
Yeah.
okay, but it just wasn't very helpful.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to
Half the
George
time they're
Mason.
useless.
yeah, shout out George
They're
Mason.
useless half the time.
They were
They are.
And
useless.
then they
Yeah,
have the gall to call you like 2 years after you graduate asking for a donation.
yeah. They're like, please.
Please, sir.
So something like that, I feel like I would have ate that up. I would have just,
Yep.
come to the office hours, learn
Yeah.
everything I need to learn,
Yes.
like for sure.
The physical location would be a game changer. I feel like honestly,
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah. So I hope, we're trying to make a case for it because these are tough economic times. I mean, we're so mindful of that. Like, we're asking people to donate, to give more of their funds when funds are so scarce. So that's why we're really trying to tell the story. Like, we're trying to Y.E.P will be around for many, many years, right? Because what we've been doing so far has been practically with nothing, with very little. But we don't want that to be our journey because we want it to scale. We want it to reach more people. We want it to be more impactful. So that's why we're being bold and asking the community to tap in. And I always say, if people come to the gala, and I know I said this at Women's Power Hour in my intro, right? Because I was like, if you don't feel this way, ask for your money back. I mean, I am kidding. It's non-refundable.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't. But there's also, there's a seriousness in there too, in that if you come to an event and if you have in not even a meh, I feel like that's a low tier. If you have a less than, oh my God, experience, then don't ever come, don't ever come because then we lost the opportunity to make a case. I've been, and it's a bold remark, but I mean it. And I hope, the sincerity comes across. It's been 10 years for me. And I don't think there's been a Y.E.P event. And I usually walk in exhausted because usually it's we do it after hours and usually it takes a lot to pull together. Never walked out feeling the same way. I always walk out feeling energized, feeling like I could stay for hours, every single event. And listen, we've had events where we sold out and had 100+ people. We had one event where one person showed up.
Wow.
2022, we hosted, we got an IJLS grant. We hosted a session on immigration. We always crack up about it. I think that was our first event post-pandemic. One person showed up.
What is IJLS?
It's I don't know. I don't recall what the grant, the name stands for, the nomenclature, but it was part of the DC mayor's office. So they gave us funding to coordinate different digestible topics kind of within the legal space. So we were hosting sessions about immigration, asylum, know your rights. So that's what it was. It was 2022.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you guys, you always have our support. We're gonna be supporting from now on.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too valuable. Like,
you guys doing a lot of good.
it's way too
we are.
valuable.
And listen, we are a sticky bunch. Because once you're in our orbit, we are we don't let you out. No, I'm joking, but no, we always say, once you're part of the Y.E.P family, you're always part of the Y.E.P family. And again, that's why I was very intentional about saying thank you to you guys, because there are a lot of people who know the Y.E.P story that, aren't as gracious as you guys have been. And you didn't even know about us, right? We sent a note and you were like, bet, we'll pull up. You took a chance on us. You didn't know anything at that point. And we don't take those kind of things lightly.
That's kind of our thing too. Like,
Yeah.
we want to support every Habesha mission.
Yeah.
Whether it's
I love
like a small
that.
company, big company, whatever. Like,
I love that. And that's why I'm trying to be on the pod permanently.
There you go.
Come on.
All right, we'll set up the interview with Fanu.
Yeah. That's our hiring manager.
That's our HR
what did
representative.
Dawi say? He said he's going to give you the same interview, like immigration process. Like, who was the first president of the United States of America?
I don't even think he knows who the
He knows.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna
knows.
say Obama.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, listen, yeah.
Everything else don't count, bro.
How many states are in America? She'll be like, am I interviewing for the pod or like, what's going on?
Yeah, we'll take a quick 5-minute
Sure,
break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can give it
First, aside from Y.E.P, Sinafik, you have a nonprofit in Ethiopia, right?
Yes. Birara Genet. It's a nonprofit. It's based in Addis. It's been around conceptually for a while. I think operationally it's been about 5 years. Crazy. We also have a big event coming up May 28th in Addis. You guys are heading to Addis.
Wow, that's right before we will be there.
June 14,
June 15th?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mid-month.
Okay. We're gonna miss you. Come on, move your flight up a
Little,
little,
yeah.
a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah. So we're hosting a big fundraiser on the 28th, guys. I mean, Q2 is rough for your girl because I have the gala April 25th, and then this event May 28th. No wallets are safe because it's both heavy fundraising. So unfollow me till like the 29th. But so Birara Genet is an organization dedicated to empowering people that we deem are underserved in terms of workforce development. So it provides free vocational training to people that are dealing with debilitating job barriers. So think about, people that don't have formal educational backgrounds, some returnees from the Middle East, individuals with disabilities, people who are caregivers for, children that are special needs. So various categories like that fall under, again, what we deem as underserved. They're not necessarily the recipients of any formal public or private effort to mobilize them back into the workforce. So we bring them into our cohort, we provide free training and then free vocational training, and then we help them find jobs.
Wow.
That's essentially
That's dope.
the mission.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what's even more amazing about it is we now have a business wing under Birara Genet called BG Crafted, because a few years ago our CEO Meseret Tafarra, and I always say, I did start Birara Genet. It is my baby. I'm learning to embrace the founder story, because like I said about the Y.E.P founders, right? The founder story is important, but there's a team on the ground that runs this, and I am, I want to give them all their flowers because they do the work. So
Shout out to y'all.
yes, so Meseret Tafarra is our CEO. Giordano Sayaleo is another sister friend. I always call them my sister friends. She sits on our board, but she was kind of doing this with me from the very beginning. And then another one is Miriam Makonnen, who's also on our board. But Meseret, our CEO, had the idea of, because we were struggling. The finding jobs part is very difficult. It's very, very, because it's a tough job market back home. And a lot of the training would be around, leather crafting or just kind of like making clothes. Why am I blanking on the term? What's the training with, like, what do you call clothes making, like the
sewing.
No, there's a word, garment.
Oh, okay.
Woo, that was gonna dry. I would have stopped the whole pod. I was like, we need to,
Where's
so garment.
Spencer?
Yeah, I know. Spencer.
Come on,
Yeah. Where's
Spencer.
my phone? Yeah. So garment. So she had the idea of, and this was actually Easter 2 years ago. So it's been exactly 2 years. She, gathered a few of our participants. So, people who were once beneficiaries that graduated from our program, and they made, different cultural clothes, and then she said, let's just fundraise for the organization. And then now that turned into a full-blown business.
Wow.
So they make, at this point, they can make anything. And this might be a little bit of a premature shout out, but Birara Genet is actually a Y.E.P gala sponsor. So they are making the gala dresses for a lot of our team members, myself included. So I'll be wearing a BG Crafted. I am wearing a BG Crafted right now. They made this.
I was about to say, that's hard.
That's
That's
right?
Why?
So it's contemporary, but it's also traditional. You know, the price point is very affordable. We're not a premium product, but we're also a quality product, so it's not cheap. So it's, you know, if you follow them on Birara Genet or BG Crafted, I think today we had a post that was going viral. But then again, when I say viral, I'm talking about maybe like 100 likes. Okay, I'm not talking about viral.
That's 100.
Viral's viral.
Viral's viral,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
But something that they've been doing is tapping into the wedding industry. So a lot of my friends are just so
that's big
gracious,
business.
so generous in terms of their support. But for their guests, they always tell them, order from Birara Genet. So it could be traditional, it could be modern, they could make anything, and it would be custom. They'll create a lookbook for you. They create a lookbook for each wedding. So my best friend Meti, we did the Mel's dresses for some of her guests, and we also did her bridal shower dress. Love that dress. Again, check it out. And then another incredible friend, Fitzum, we actually posted her pictures today. She also asked that we make this wedding. It wasn't a wedding dress for the wedding. Let me caveat, but it was for some of their photo shoots. So again, very elegant, very stylish. So it's a powerful story because now it's allowed us to provide support end to end, because now we're also the employer. So the people that work
That's
at BG
fire.
Crafted were our participants. So when you're in Addis, this is a personal invite. I would love for you guys to check them out. They'll make
Absolutely.
Of course,
some
yeah.
things for you.
We needed some Habesha libs. So
Oh my God,
yeah.
they've got you. They've got you. No,
Yes.
it's again, I'm biased, so I'm not necessarily the most objective commentator, but it's a special organization. I mean, I think we're at about 1,500 that we've trained.
Wow.
And again, we don't place all of them. I think that's the part that we're trying to figure out. But it's, you know, again, all these people now have a certificate, and it's various vocational training. I mean, we train them first in you know, a lot of the job readiness or more life skill categories. So it's like financial planning, family planning, mindset, how to prepare yourself for your next career, or things of that sort. And it's very hands-on, very interactive. We actually do have a lot of testimonials from the people that attended it. It's always a great energizer. So
that's so important. I even Fanu was telling us like how big the gap is. Even my girl was telling me too, like how tough it is to get a job back home if you just don't have the schooling or you're not in that right circle.
yeah.
You know, even like here it's bad, back home it's probably worse.
I mean, it's so hard for anybody to find a job.
Yeah.
I mean, people who graduate from universities, colleges, people who graduate with their masters, it is so difficult. But a lot of times when, you know, people are having conversations about curbing underemployment, unemployment, they're focused on that demographic, as they should be.
Right.
But Birara Genet, our whole kind of thesis or starting objective was, well, who's kind of focused on the rest of the population,
Yeah,
right?
Underrepresented. Yeah.
Underrepresented. Yeah. Most of our population is not educated, right? Like we're talking about maybe reading level would be sort of at, you know, a certain grade. Like, what about them? And there's a lot of them. And I mean, it takes a lot of work to find the right person in terms of like the person who's ready for the opportunity, because it needs to be a journey. I mean, we give them a stipend as long as they're engaged in our program. We try to address the barriers, but they need to own the journey. They need to show up, and then they need to show up to the job opportunity. So, but shout out to the team. We have a phenomenal team. It's so crazy when you start something and you see it now being kind of an entity, and we have like a CEO and an org structure, but I want to shout out, you know, Mesara, she's our CEO. Jordanos is in our board. We have a big board. And we also have an incredible team. Like we actually did, you know, I'll share this one thing, but for the longest time, we catered primarily to people who didn't have formal educational backgrounds. But then last year we had an opportunity. A nonprofit in Canada actually reached out to us. I think they saw some of our LinkedIn posts and they said, we want you to be our kind of implementing partner for this grad prep program. So it was a program designed for about 50 to 60 female students. And again, underrepresented. I think they were focused on targeting, a specific socioeconomic class to give them an opportunity to just get resources ahead of graduation. So even though it wasn't necessarily our primary audience, it was still underrepresented, right? So we were like, let's do it. I don't even want to say anything. I'll send you guys some of the testimonials, and then the audience could also check it out on our social media. But what's powerful is 4 of the students who completed that program are now interning for us. So
That's great.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And then we also have, newer, not new, but like Bamlak is a team member. She's been with us for a couple of years, and seeing her grow, we're now thinking of her the same way that we thought of ourselves, 10 years ago when we were trying to build this thing. So gives me chills talking about it, but an incredible org. Again, I know I'm not biased, so that's why I want to direct people to just check it out for themselves. And even if you're here, we haven't figured out the supply chain yet. So if you order from us, it kind of has to be, you have to reach out on WhatsApp. You have to let us know who's going to be coming. But a lot of people have been, ordering, even for Easter. A lot of my friends for, children's clothes or any gifts that they were giving, they ordered and they were pretty happy with the product. So it's an organization that's doing great things. But May 28th, if you're in Addis, we're gonna start promoting it. It'll be a good event.
That's amazing. Just want the pronunciation again.
It's a Birara
Genet.
Genet. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't making faces.
Don't laugh. Birara. Nah, he's trying to.
Yo, you can't. He can't do the. You can't do the R's.
No, I can. I can do the R's.
Let me hear.
No, we can move on.
No, you do listen. Don't let them. Yeah.
Yeah, you see how they try to bully me?
So have you always, because I feel like from, your position right now at Y.E.P and then like this, Birara, how do you say it again?
Birara Genet,
yeah. I feel like, have you always just seen yourself as somebody that's going to like lead a group of people or like build something new, or is that something you always had in you, or something you found later in life? Or
yeah, that's a great question. I don't think so. And I say this about Y.E.P. I don't think Birara Genet would be where it's at had it not been for Y.E.P. And that's something I'm still trying to articulate well, because I wrote the concept note for Birara Genet in 2013. So technically I started Birara Genet before Y.E.P. But I think joining Y.E.P just introduced me to a certain caliber of excellence, right? When you repeatedly see people show up, I think seeing our founders show up day and night, the Zoom calls, the Slack messages, the events, the programming, I think it instilled that fierceness in me. And then I was able to tap into that for Birara Genet. So have I always had these ideas? Sure. I think, growing up in Addis and growing up, I would say lower middle class, you had visibility to both sides of the spectrum. Poverty was close, like you had proximity to it, but also wealth was as well.
Yeah.
So I think that perspective, that nuance, it was a burden in terms of I was just always aware of the opportunities that I was privileged enough to have. So I think Birara Genet kind of, an idea for, I'm Birara and Genet, by the way, those are the names of my parents. So Birara is my dad, Genet is my mom. It's a hard one. Those R's will trip you up. So
yeah, I like BG though.
BG, right? BG
BG's nice. That's
BG's easy.
Yeah, BG
Listen, we might need to rebrand, but so I mean, and I'm not trying to undersell any versions of me that came before, but I do credit Y.E.P tremendously, because I think having visibility to just people showing up constantly, you inherit some of that.
That makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people have ideas, like, we all have crazy, cool ideas, but to implement it, like you're saying, to see people actually do what they said they were going to do and like make it happen. Like proximity did that, I'm sure.
Yeah. And leadership, was it something that I gravitated towards? Kind of yes and no. I mean, I had a lot of people on the Yup side that had faith in me and that chose me for the position even before I felt like I was ready. But I think I think I learned it through time, and I think what I love about Y.E.P and also Birara Genet is we have full-time staff, so it's not a volunteer model with Birara Genet,
Okay.
but with Y.E.P, I think when it's just volunteers, I think there's something special about and very challenging. I certainly don't want to glamorize it and not be authentic to the challenges that come within. But I think when it's all volunteers, that people are there primarily for the mission.
Yeah.
So it takes a certain level of presence and awareness and just heightened sensitivity to like continue meeting people where they're at. It's like, okay, how do I ensure that the work continues to be fulfilling for you, but how do I also keep you accountable? How do I ensure that collectively we have an output that continues to sustain the organization, but also how do I learn to pump the brakes when we all need, to take a step back?
Yeah.
I haven't perfected it. I try to be a good leader. First and foremost, I try to make my people feel seen because Y.E.P makes me feel seen all the time. And I always have, I know I shouted out Ascala when I did the intro, right? Like that week was rough for me because I was sliding in a lot of people's DMs because we were trying to secure our MC at the time. And I had a few people that were on my vision board. I won't say it because those people have finally responded back to me.
Okay.
I actually commented on one of their posts. That's when I got to a level of desperation that I was like, okay, I need to, I literally commented. I was like, hey, I sent you a message, but that person responded and you may see them at our conference. So, but I was just kind of feeling down because I felt like Y.E.P for a 15-year organization, people should be responding to our DMs, right?
Yeah.
They could say no.
100%.
I'm not saying they should come, but our emails should be responded to, right? So I was feeling a little down, not about me, but about Y.E.P. Like Y.E.P deserved more than that. And then Ascala, again, Ascala's caliber, I thought we were reaching. I was like, she's not going to respond to us, but let's try. She responded, and then when we talked on the phone, she said, thank you for making me feel seen. And I don't want to get choked up about it. This is a fun pod. I'm not going to cry. But
okay.
She said, thank you for making me feel seen. And in that moment, I felt seen, you know?
Yeah.
So Y.E.P does that for me. So I try to do that for my people. So I don't think I've always been a leader. There's some of my friends always tell me, oh, no, you had it in you. Maybe I had something dormant in me, but I don't think I would have ever found it had I not had the proximity to the people that were a part of Y.E.P or that Y.E.P exposed me to as speakers.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Staying on Y.E.P, we gotta, before we get to our Easter recap, the 15-year anniversary gala.
10 years, yes.
Gala.
Gala. First of all, is it gala or gala?
Is it
Oh,
gala?
gala.
Ooh, I never heard that one.
Like pause. I was like, no.
I never heard.
You didn't pause us.
Melo says gala.
Yeah. I never heard that version.
I don't know if it's like a Midwest thing, but there's some people that say gala, but no, I say gala.
okay.
I've heard people.
What does
say
it mean?
gala.
What's the actual definition of
Gala?
it?
I don't know. Is
It's
it
like a
Italian? What is it?
You
That's
know,
Spencer.
Spencer. Yeah, Spencer has a lot
It
of.
has,
Pull
to
up
be, it has
Spencer.
to be Italian or something, right?
Huh?
It sounds like a foreign word.
Yeah.
And don't worry, when we
What is
pull up to the
It sounds
to the,
European for sure.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Festive,
Yeah, but what's the
festive, formal?
public celebration,
what's the
The
origin?
origin? All right, you're.
Oh, it's French.
Oh, okay, French. Yeah.
French.
old
Ugh.
French.
The guy.
From elegance.
What'd you say? You're like you're done.
He doesn't
this
like
one of
how they
my
talk.
upper 3 worst accent and languages
What,
I've ever
French?
heard.
Oh yeah, he said this last time.
Wow.
You said French?
French.
Oh.
German takes the cake though.
Oh, okay. French is funny.
French is very close.
French.
Yeah, just
Just be sure.
it sounds like you about to hock up a loogie.
next time, at this gala, let's have some German speakers. for
Oh my
Dawi.
goodness! Yeah, Dawid's gonna.
Yeah, speaking of the gala, I'll make sure he doesn't look like the Fresh Prince of Lalibela when we bring him like he does right
He got
now.
jokes. He got jokes. See,
Whoa, Fresh Prince of Lalibela is insane.
wild. He's creative
I
though.
pulled up to the house.
Oh yeah, we need to come on. We need to keep that going.
Yo,
That's so
We're
great.
gonna make some AI.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with
recreation
AI,
of
we
that.
can make it
yeah,
happen.
that needs
Hey,
to.
I'm gonna make it.
Oh, that's an
Yeah,
excellent idea.
So the gala.
Yes.
What can people expect? And then how can people support? Where can they get tickets?
Yes. So April 25th, 6:00. It's in Falls Church.
Perfect.
And, you know, it's 15 years. We actually turned 15 last year. We typically host our gala in November to coincide with our anniversary. Before 2020, the gala was an annual thing. Every year for our anniversary, we'd host a gala. And that was an opportunity to tell, you know, the 1 year story. So every year it was kind of like our report card. We'd tell the people, hey, this is what we've done. But then we also bring out high caliber, hard hitting, accomplished speakers. And then we also have the Y.E.P awards that are a big part of the gala. So we give people their flowers. So this year we're going all out. It's 15 years. I mean, that's a big accomplishment.
I think we should do a round of applause for that. 15 years? Come on.
15 years.
That's insane. Yo.
I know.
15 years ago, where was I? I was maybe in like the 5th grade.
No comment.
Wow.
No comment.
Not for me
4th
this
grade, 3rd grade, maybe. Yeah, that's crazy. That's
I was
a long
young,
time.
but I was not that young.
My bad.
Yeah, I think I was
Not
in middle
fourth
school.
grade.
No, yeah, 15 years ago, I was starting college.
I guess
What?
that's nah.
15
Nah,
years ago?
15 years ago. That's
Yes.
I was like,
2010?
I was 14.
2011.
Yeah, I
2010,
graduated
yeah,
high
that
school in
was-
2011.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
yeah. We're
Yeah,
the
true, I
same.
guess.
Yeah. I graduated
Should've hit the Kevin Hart.
high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing.
That is
I know.
amazing.
It's
15
huge.
years.
It's huge. I mean, that in and of itself, right? 15 years, the organization deserves its flowers.
Yes.
But on top of that, we have excellence in the room. So our keynote speaker is Professor Gabisa Ejeta. And I mean, he's a world-renowned scientist, like won the World Food Prize in 2009. I mean,
Wow.
and funny story, I feel like that just gives you a sense of how relentless we are. Our founders actually met Professor Gabisa 10 years ago when they were invited to the White House. And they had such a great conversation. And, you know, he committed to coming to one event.
Wow.
Shout out
big
to
time.
Mesfin, one of our
Shout out,
founders. For 10 years, Professor Gabisa has been on his vision board. Every year he would reach out. And then this year, you know,
It
we got
happened.
him.
That's
which it's
amazing.
incredible.
Wow.
He's a world icon. And we also have 4 awardees, 4 people that we are going to you know, recognize, appreciate, acknowledge, and award. And it's very versatile, right? So you have Dinal Mengistu, who's an author. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with his work. And then we have Professor Lozata Dessa. She was actually in the headlines recently because she's doing a lot of research around pneumonia diagnostic, like AI supported diagnostic, like crazy smart. She's a professor, did her PhD in Stanford. Then we have Dr. Nauga Mahari of People to People. It's an organization that's been around for many years, has changed many people's lives. And then we have Binyam Bazuna. Do you know Binyam Bazuna?
Wait, is
my
he the track runner?
God.
Huh?
No, the comedian.
Oh, never mind.
What is
This
There's a
is a
track.
lot of Biniams.
There's a track guy named Biniam.
the track? Yeah, no,
This
Binyam
guy's
Bazuna, the
hilarious, yo.
comedian.
Y'all seen him? Y'all
Yeah,
seen
no,
him?
I've
Yeah,
seen it.
he's also, I think he's an HBO writer, comedian, but again, versatility, right?
He's
So,
hilarious. yo.
So you have a comedian, an author, a professor, reacher, a medical doctor, nonprofit leader, like versatility. So
That's
they're
dope.
going to be there. There's going to be food. It's not an open bar. It's a cash bar, but you know what? I can't really sell that. It'll be a good bar.
yeah.
Yeah,
Of
because
course.
some people, like, I have a few of my colleagues are coming, and I had to like manage expectations. So I was like, the food comes with your ticket, but the drinks you're gonna have to pay for.
Hey, that's good enough.
So
Yeah,
it's
honestly, just getting food on its own, like I'll
Yeah.
take it. I wasn't expecting food.
Right.
Thank you. But think about it, honestly, right? Right now, early bird tickets are end today. So by the time you see this, it's regular. But it's $120, right? Which, but think about it. Like, you're going to be in a room, all the names that I mentioned, right? You get to meet. We're expecting those are legends. We're expecting about 350 people. It's a great way to network, a great way to meet people, and a great way to have fun. I promise you. 11 years ago, I went to an event that I didn't want to, and I ended up becoming the executive director of said organization, right? How good was that event? We're going to have auctions. But the bigger thing is, for people that are watching this, and if, the Y.E.P story resonated with you, and I hope it did, like, that's what's so important to me this year. That's what I'm trying to do with my 100 TikTok followers. I don't think wait a minute. Y.E.P got to 100. I'm at 88. Apologies. Correction.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I've been posting a lot of videos because it's so important to me that the Y.E.P story gets told. Like, it's so important. Like, that's why I'm so vocal about Y.E.P changing my life. But what we're trying to do is fundraise. We're trying to raise $200,000. And I hope, if you got to this point, I've made a compelling case for why, but also reach out. Like, we are so open to the dialogue. If you're curious, if you're like, hey, I want to understand where my money's going, because I understand that these are tough economic times, but Y.E.P is such a worthy organization. It's so worthy. It's made so much magic with very little. I can only imagine if we stopped worrying about the finance, because we're like curating events, reaching out to speakers, trying to market, trying to curate it, and then also anxious about the finance. Like, that's just not sustainable.
If finance wasn't an issue,
can you imagine?
For sure.
Can you
100%.
imagine? And my organization, shout out Locked In, because they showed up for us. And mind you, at Locked In, as far as I know, I'm the only Ethiopian employee or the only Ethiopian American. Come to think of it, maybe after me, they were like, nah, no more, no mas. But no, all jokes aside, they donated $50,000 to Y.E.P 2 years ago.
Wow.
Because they wanted to show up for community. And
That's
I'm
huge.
so proud to work for a company that puts, its money where its mouth is. But that money sustained us up until this point. It's been like, that's where we've tapped in. But imagine if we didn't have that. It's like, because it takes money to host events like this, especially events that feel like a women's power hour. So if you're seeing this, all I ask is be in the room. It'll change. I know that's a bold statement, but you will get something out of it. At a minimum, you'll have fun. It'll be a great night. At best case scenario, you'll get something out of it. And if you're not in the DC area, because I know you guys have a national, global following at this point, help build the room. If you feel spread the word. If you feel like an organization like this needs to exist for us as a diaspora, as people who are navigating, different elements of our identity, we're our heart is back home, but then we're also here and we're actively building lives here. We feel deeply connected to this community, right? But we need help. Like, people need help. People need resources. They need job support. They need to make connections. And I feel like post-COVID, there's an appetite for connections.
Yes.
Like, people want to be outside and they want to meet people.
People are just now like coming out of the shadows. Like,
I think so too.
So
I think so too.
I think that's really important. Me and my girl definitely trying to come to the gala.
What do you mean trying to? Help me understand.
I just want to know
spiritually. That's disrupting me.
No.
What do you mean trying to?
We just want to know the dress code.
I mean, listen, it's black tie. It's a gala,
Black
right?
tie, okay.
Show up. But it's also like the Ethiopian interpretation of black tie. Like, I've seen some of our gala pictures, and I've seen some peeps. God bless their heart. And I was like, I don't know if that's.
They tried.
But they tried. Listen, they tried. So definitely show up and show out.
All right.
But you don't have to overthink it. If you're thinking about wearing flip flops, definitely overthink it.
Yeah.
But anything else, it'll be a fun night. Listen,
I'll be suited up.
I'm gonna look spiffy.
What about Dolly?
I'll be suited up.
Huh?
I'll be suited up.
Okay,
Yeah,
but you become okay. It's not even a question about you.
I'm wearing a suit, but can I bring my girl? She's not Ethiopian.
What?
I don't know if she.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know, because
of course,
Bring
yes.
it, bro.
Right.
It's your profession. Like,
all right, baby, you coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
Let's go.
yes. I can't wait to meet her. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nah, we there. What kind of food we expecting?
It's gonna be. Come on, it's cold. We have to. We so cultured.
Jedi.
We have to wrap.
You know, y'all ever go to certain like places? If it's the food, it would be like, you know, like one little like fish fillet.
No. We would
and,
not
like,
do that
one
to you.
asparagus.
We would
you know?
not do
Okay.
that. It's gonna be.
Two
It's gonna
string
be.
beans.
Wait, are you talking about like hors d'oeuvres?
The what?
Or
Bro,
I love me some hors d'oeuvres.
I don't know what that means.
You know when they come out with the little plates?
Oh,
you talking
yeah,
about that?
I love that. Some hors d'oeuvres
Yeah.
are fire. I'm
They be
not
fire.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
nah. I'm talking about that's the main
Oh.
course. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Yeah.
But I think it's an important event to go to. So yeah.
Yeah,
definitely
April
definitely gonna be there.
25. Again, use the like if you go on our socials, you'll find it. And if you can't be there, and if you feel compelled, donate to the cause to help us reach our goal.
Is it going to be recorded?
No.
Okay. Oh,
No.
so it's
Yeah,
exclusive.
because we need you to be in the room.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
But we'll
is
have
it-
like I mean,
I was about to say, is recording allowed in the?
oh yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna be like the Facebook.
I
mom
know,
recording the
no. You
entire
could definitely
session,
do
but-
that. When I say recorded, though, we're not gonna be like transmitting it live,
Yeah.
but we'll have a videographer. So
Oh,
like
okay.
you
Got
can
it.
Just like
see
what
our
you did at the
Got
exactly.
it,
You
got
can
it.
see
Cool.
like our
Perfect.
2024 gala, for example.
Yeah.
Like there's there are
Nice.
bits and pieces on YouTube.
Okay.
So there'll be a lot of collateral. I mean, we're trying to learn our lesson because the gala is also another event that we feel like we just haven't promoted. And mind you, they've been doing this for a while. You know who our first gala speaker was? I'm trying to recall if it was a gala or if it was a big event, but it was Marcus Samuelson
Wow, the chef.
14 years ago.
Wow.
14 years ago. Yeah, and that's what I mean about Y.E.P. Like, and I'm so grateful for you guys giving me this opportunity. Is Y.E.P. I feel like we're getting to this dangerous point where even we're forgetting what Y.E.P's done. Like because we've been gathering some collateral about the speakers that we've had on our platforms, and we were like, oh my God, we had this. Like, you know, I got to interview my favorite author, Maza Mengiste, a few years ago. She wrote Beneath the Lion's Gaze and The Shadow King. It's like there's just so many people that have been on our platform. Anyways, I'll stop. I can go on about but April 25, be in the room or help build the room is the story.
Let's go. Be
And if
there.
you feel compelled, you know, please donate and help us reach our goal. I want to. We need to get to that 200.
And they go to the
Yes.
website for that?
So our website. She's gonna have a BBL. Like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
she's gonna look cute.
Hey, and we
If you
love
s-
the BBLs. We don't discriminate.
Shout out all
Okay.
BBLs.
Shout out to the BBLs.
But if you
The
like,
good
if you see
BBLs.
this and you go on our website and it's not looking kind of cute, check back in a day or two. It
Yeah.
literally it will go live.
And the
any-
website's YEPnetwork.
YEPnetwork.org.
YEPnetwork.org.
YEPnetwork.
Can we host the after party?
Huh? Listen. So Kirobel, a shout out to Kirobel. I think he was there. He was there with the Kashkash team, and shout out to Kashkash.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to
their
Kashkash,
Dambo
yeah.
is a fire. So Kirobel, he's one of our team members. Love Kirobel. He hosts a lot of our events. So he's been thinking about, you know, he always says we need to, you know, after the show, it has to be an after party. So
Very cool.
listen,
I like that
we're
guy.
open. We're open.
what's the time frame again?
So 6 p.m., but you know, time is
That's
a
what I'm
little
saying.
bit of a social construct.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start like the true programming at 7.
Yeah.
So we
Got it.
want
Makes
people to
sense.
come at 6 so that they can check in,
Okay.
mingle, and we have a whole, you know, experience. Like we're gonna have like a photo booth, and there will be opportunities to like mingle, meet the guests, and all of that. So we want people to come early, because that's the thing. Even with Women's Power Hour, we started a little late because we're kind of waiting on people.
Yep.
So
And
that's why we tell.
Habesha time.
I know,
always have to
but we
account
have
for that.
to have to fix that. But
Yes.
but yeah, definitely 6. We mean it. 6 with an asterisk.
Got it.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
6:30.
Got it. Okay.
Wait, what time does it finish?
I mean,
What
all
time you
night.
want it to finish?
What
Yeah.
time is it scheduled to finish?
I would say about 10:30, 11 we'll
Okay,
wrap,
okay.
and then you know there'll be entertainment because
Okay.
we have a band.
He wants to know that's his bedtime, so
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You gotta go to sleep.
I go to sleep.
Really?
I go to sleep early.
That's yeah. I'm out at 10. Like yeah, my phone buzzes. They're like, "Where are you?"
I want to get into, before we end, just some Easter recap. Did everybody eat good on Easter?
too good.
too good.
Right?
Yeah.
Both of my meals in that one sitting was wonderful.
Man.
Yeah.
After 55 days of tzom, bro.
Aside
No.
from Melo's experience, we
Yeah.
ate the fuck good. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
know.
lie.
it was great. It was, and I didn't even fast. It was
Yeah, yo,
amazing.
you know,
You
and
know
the
how much
guilt.
better
Oh
it
my
tastes
Yo,
after 55
I
days?
can only imagine.
I felt so bad. I'm over here eating like, oh my god, like I haven't had this like
I know.
since yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So
I
That was
know.
dangerous.
was
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy?
I'm
I was
with
I was at church till 3, and I was like, I can hold out until the morning, right? But I think it was like right at 11. I was at church and I ordered roaming roosters to be delivered.
Oh, you must go to Mikal or something.
Yeah, but no, yeah, roaming, and shout out roaming roosters. They also show up for us a lot. Yeah, but
Oh, very cool.
I just ordered, and then when I got to my house at 3:30, it was waiting for me, and yeah.
So I also played a part in chefing up a bit. You know, my mom, she cooked everything, but I actually cut the tips.
That's not chefing. That's
Stop looking-
prepping.
Look, can I land?
You
Can I
know,
land my plane?
yeah.
So
I knew something was wrong.
see, you
Got
see.
you. Yeah.
I
Let
knew
me land.
something.
Let me
I love
land.
how
Let me
you
land.
all-
Watch.
I was eating
I
the
am
food. I was
so
eating the food.
invested.
Look.
I am.
So I cut.
I'm
First
in
of
the
all, I
plane.
cut the tips. Not only did I cut it, I brought it out the
Whoa.
container
That's a different.
that it was brought
That's
in.
a different element.
Not all of it. Some of it had bones, some of it didn't. So part of it not only is cutting,
Complex.
but separating the bone as well.
Oh, you have to take the bone out.
Nuance.
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yes.
Wow.
I like a little.
So-
I think.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, I think
Yo,
yeah.
I mean,
Yo,
You like the bones?
scared yourself.
but
Like,
if
scared
you
himself.
listen, but if you pause, you're staying in the moment, right? Like, don't you want to fast forward? And
like,
Maybe
skip.
that is the replacement moment.
honestly,
the
I
placement word.
say this to my friends all the time because they overuse pause, and I'm like, but if we pause,
No,
we're
you're right.
all
And I said this the
staying in
other
this
day.
moment.
I'm going back to saying no homo.
There you go.
That's just way better.
Yeah.
Yo, Melo gonna get us canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll mute it a little bit.
So you
But
Chopped
so
the
meat.
I
Yeah.
chopped it up.
yeah.
Period.
He brought out the
and
meat, chopped up the meat,
I actually did. I chefed it up.
deboned the meat.
this man's
So-
talking about union work, bro.
That's what he said.
Crazy.
And I did put it on the pan, and I was actively cooking it, actively seasoned
With
it. I
adult
cut up the
supervision, right?
onions.
Yeah, I was about to say his mom right there like this.
Yo, this is a whole operation.
Yeah, I cut up
Yeah.
the onions.
Woo.
She was right there, just making sure everything was good.
Yeah.
And tomatoes, all that. Yeah. So the tips, you had that. That was my tips.
I knew it was.
Yo.
I was like, I
Something's
literally was
off.
like, who made this?
Something's off.
I said, who made this?
Something is not the same.
Yo, this guy's a hater.
yeah.
You
But
didn't post that on TikTok? I'm surprised.
Nah,
Nah,
we were in the
I'm not
moment.
performative.
We were in the
I'm not
moment.
performative.
You're not,
I
You're not performative?
You're a
Yeah,
real
his
chef,
mom- his
right?
mom told him, "You better
you're
not
about the
post this."
experience.
It was actually good. It was. I thought my mom made it.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
actually-
you know, talk.
No.
I'm
talk
surprised
heavy,
he didn't
talk
have
heavy.
that camera propped up. Come with me while
Yeah,
I
yeah,
make
No, he was.
tips for the first time for the
Yo.
family
He was like,
on
"Chef Mianing."
Easter.
Chef Mian.
Shout out to
You know what that
Chef
means
Mia,
though.
yo.
Now you gotta cook for the fellas, man.
Oh yeah, I'm more than happy to. It's just
I guess
whenever you guys.
I get to break that barrier this week, right? And not throw down on the grill.
Hey, we got it.
Hey.
Okay, we got to shout out Dowie. He is grilling this weekend, Friday, and
Ooh.
you know Dowie. I know you can speak on it for yourself. He's known to grill very well. You know, he's from
Okay.
Texas, so you got a big grill out there. So we got some high hopes. We got some high
I
expectations.
love
Never
it.
disappointed.
Chefs recognizing other chefs.
Actually,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I actually helped him out a couple times. while he
don't
grilled,
forget
so
don't forget Melo too,
Melo,
because
yeah,
it's
he makes-
usually it always ends up a
I
2-man
always
job.
get forgotten. It's okay.
He makes insane. This guy, victim card.
Shout out
Look,
to you
he's
for
about to say
Melo.
he makes insane sliders. That's what he's about to say.
He does make insane sliders.
He does.
He does.
I don't know why. You know why that pisses me off?
Why?
Because that's like the bare minimum.
But,
of what
here's
I
the
like.
thing.
no.
Yeah,
There's
because
levels
ver-
to it,
And
though.
I grilled crazy before
Yeah.
with him.
The verbal thing, the
I love
verbal
how
thing behind
passionate
it.
you guys are about this.
It's unfortunate because it does sound like sliders are just sliders,
Yeah.
but like the way that you do it, it's different. Like it's
Yeah.
actually like of a
Yeah,
different
bro,
significant
you,
quality.
You hit different, bro.
But wow, that was crazy.
Pause.
That was
pause.
no. You can't pause that. That was intentional.
That was on
intentional.
purpose.
Yeah.
Your sliders hit different. Sorry.
Thank you,
Pause.
thank you.
That
Fast
wasn't
forward.
much better.
Worse. Yeah. Skip.
I do take a little pride in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but-
So, but you are grilling, so we are looking forward to that. And also, I'm just looking forward to Cookouts coming back.
Me
Like,
too.
I feel
Warm
like
weather.
it's been so long.
This
the
And I feel
weather
like
was
last
terrible.
summer we
This
didn't really.
weather, yeah.
I took a
disrespectful.
hiatus.
Yeah.
I might make it like, the more that we record here, if we end up recording here once a month, if we decide to get a studio or something, maybe I'll
Yeah,
just
I
throw
feel like
something on there.
Cookouts
tell
are
I
us
such
something.
really
a
don't like
vibe.
cold weather.
We should do a live or like a vlog or something one day.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
No, we're
yeah.
gonna do it Friday probably. Record it.
Yeah, man.
Not
we,
all of
we-
it, but
We got to.
But shouldn't we wait until you guys formally onboard me to the pod?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I just like love
Gotta
to
go
have
through
a
the
say.
onboarding
Yeah.
process.
Mhm.
We have a polygraph test.
Oh yeah, you
I'm
need a
ready. I'm
clearance.
prepared. I'm prepared for the
Swear your
process.
allegiance to WeSoCultured.
I did have a random fundraising idea, by the way. Remind me after we're done here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
it'll probably take a little time before we get to that, but
At also during Easter, me and Dowie, and I think you tried it too. We had coffee tequila. I don't know. Have you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
there was a
had that?
Arki actually, and it had
Yeah.
coffee in it.
Y'all never
Yeah.
had that Patron that has that coffee Patron, or just like an espresso
Nah,
martini,
nah, it was
Yeah,
new
it was
to me.
Arki,
I've
you
had
know
an
that,
espresso
right?
martini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But
La Coffee
it
Liqueurs.
was fire.
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
I don't know. I just
Yeah,
saw on
our
the
uncle
side
just
that
brought out a big bottle.
he was
Yeah.
like, "It's coffee tequila,"
This
and
was
then you
the
look at
third-
it, it's coffee and Arki.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it was like the third different bottle that he'd brought over.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
they get
please,
busy.
I'm driving home.
Bro,
Please.
I swear, the older you get, like that shit is so clutch. Like
Yeah.
espresso martinis or just liquor with caffeine. In it.
It's like it's like
it was really good.
it picks you up in a way.
Yeah,
too.
exactly, exactly.
And then it takes you down.
yeah, that free.
That's why you
fall's a
keep-
little
that's why you keep
crazy.
drinking.
Yeah.
It was really good.
You gotta keep
Yeah.
up.
Whatever that was called, it was amazing.
It was fire.
It was great.
Yeah, I had 2 hours worth of driving left after that too, so I had
Ooh.
to cut myself off.
Me and my girl also made a big step. We had matching Habesha lips.
Aw.
So you know,
Habesha lips.
lips.
I'm just messing with you.
But that's a big step, right?
That's a big
I
step
love
because
That's
it.
a huge step.
I saw like only 1 or 2 other couples there do something like the matching, like married
Yeah,
couples.
yeah.
yeah.
So it's like, it's
I-
real. This is like we
I-
locked in.
You guys are. I love your content. By the way, like
Oh, thank
everything
you,
she's
thank you.
teaching you in Amharic, spot on.
Perfect.
No,
You know what's
it's
so crazy?
It's perfect translation.
All the aunties that were there were saying, "You're teaching him good." I'm
No,
like,
she is.
Wow.
No, I was like, yes, yeah. All the answers are spot on. Yeah, she needs to help prepare an FAQ for all the men. Yeah, especially ahead of a big trip to Addis. You need to have that FAQ.
You know the guys that go to Addis, yeah, they need that. They need that.
No, she
Maybe.
confirmed my suspicions that she's scary. But like we were sitting there, we were talking about potential bachelor parties if it was one of ours, right? And this ding dong brings up going to DR in front of it. She was like, she's like, ha, yeah, you'd be locked in the basement. And I was like,
A
she said
woman
that
with a
very
plan.
calm.
yeah.
I knew it. Nope,
Yeah.
you brave, bro. I don't even-
It'll happen. I will find a way to word it to her where we can be like, babe, bachelor party, DR, it's safe, it's affordable.
She's not worried about it
I
being
mean,
safe.
basements in the DR are fun, I guess. But
That's good.
you're
You
gonna
would
be
get to say
locked
you were in
up,
DR.
yeah.
Right.
She's like, oh, you
No.
want to go to DR? Okay.
Yeah. No, but you guys are so cute.
Thank you.
He's
yes.
gonna fall through a trap
I
like,
love
from
the
Emperor's New
content.
Groove. Wrong lever.
My mom even geeks up watching y'all stuff.
I know
Are
they're
you
so
serious?
cute.
First of all, my mom is so active on TikTok.
That's
She
isn't
sees
it
everything.
crazy
Clocked
how now
And she
like a
watches
couple
every
years ago
podcast.
it wasn't like this. Now all of our parents are on TikTok.
No,
Yeah.
because the TikTok algorithm, there's something spiritual going because it knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm on TikTok
Scary.
and it just
is kinda scary, though.
It
Yeah.
like knows me on a spiritual level. So
Yeah.
the
One thing-
algorithm is crack.
That's one of the reasons why a lot of like the legal and stuff that's going on with our government is against TikTok is because a lot of these companies can't compete. Like Instagram, YouTube, like They want to know
Yeah.
what is in your algorithm.
You can sell
How
me
do you do
anything
this?
on TikTok Shop. Literally.
perfect algorithm.
Yeah.
Like Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, my TikTok shop is ridiculous. Like, there's so many things in my cart. There was one time it was like the scale, like, you know, you could connect it to an app. And then when it got delivered, there were 3 packages. I was like, what? And it was like 3 scales because I kept putting it in my cart every time it would promote it. And I forgot to adjust it.
I'm not gonna lie, that's happened to me before
Right,
too.
like
Where I put
oh
2
my
things in my
God.
cart
Yeah,
without realizing
I
it.
checked out, and it was like, and then I was giving it away like Oprah. I was like, you need a scale?
Yeah.
You need a scale? No, it's
Now, hold
it's
up. If you gave me
terrible.
a scale, I'd be a little offended.
I know, right?
Like, yo, you need
Like,
to
yo.
I know.
What are you trying to say?
I mean, it's not for Fossicat too, so you're like, hey.
I literally still haven't bought anything from TikTok Shop.
Really?
You are strong. I'm
They-
on a timeout. I told myself nothing this year, and I think I've been good so far.
They got some good
They
stuff.
got good
I
stuff,
got
bro.
these from TikTok.
You know why it's
I believe
nice?
it.
The only reason I like the Instagram and TikTok shop stuff, I don't like shopping. But it suggests something that I wanted.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes, I don't have to look for this.
I think it actually tracks like what you like and
It
what you
has-
engage
I
with
think
as far
so.
as fashion.
Yeah.
And it will like if you're buying clothes and it will like
Yeah.
you know take you there. It's
because
pretty cool.
I hate shopping for
Yeah, me
clothes.
too.
It honestly does have cheap ass stuff though.
It does, yeah. A lot of it is affordable.
Yeah. I feel like they're kind of global though, as far as
still have
like
yet to
the
make a
access they have
purchase.
to products and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you
Kind
could
of
be.
like Alibaba. It's not like I think they're a little bit
Oh yeah, you.
wider than Amazon. That's why they find cheap ass stuff.
Yeah, that scale could probably be from Timbuktu. Like you know.
Yeah,
it's-
literally.
Mhm. And you know, to end off, we got not to end off yet, but we got to do a round of applause for us hitting 50,000 followers on TikTok. That is pretty crazy. You know why? Because last pod, we were doing a shout out for 40,000. So within a week, it just shot up.
Oh wow.
That's
So
crazy.
That's
Pod 66
incredible.
were like, shout out to 40K.
yeah,
Pod 50.
yeah, it's
67.
pretty insane.
That's incredible. You guys deserve it. Yeah, it'll be 100K when again we're gonna celebrate once I join the
Yeah.
pod.
Inshallah, man.
Yeah.
Can't
So,
wait for that.
no,
Yo.
but no, that's
We'll
amazing. What a milestone.
Schedule you with Fanu for sure.
Yes. Fano will be happy to interview you. Let's see here. Any last words for Y.E.P? I know. Let's go to the gala.
Let's go to the-
Everybody needs to get their tickets. But any last words you want to leave us with?
No, again, I appreciate you for giving me the platform. There's so much to say. I'm sure I'm going to think of something I should have mentioned, but I'll just say for those that are watching this and they've never heard of Y.E.P before, I invite you to just check out our social media. You know, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, subscribe to our newsletter, you know, Elevate or The Post. We call, you know, our kind of like our newsletter where we send out information about any and everything, the Post, the Y.E.P Post. So, you know, do that if you haven't heard of Y.E.P before. If you have heard of Y.E.P and if you've been to an event, if you've benefited from Y.E.P in any way, you know, help us in telling the Y.E.P story, you know, tell your Y.E.P story. I've been connecting with some of our speakers over the years, just incredible human beings. And I've been asking them to just, you know, post a picture from their Y.E.P event and talk about their, you know, my Y.E.P story. Because a lot of our speakers, you know, we also try to be very intentional about finding people that haven't gotten their flowers because we want to recognize them, right? Like we want to bring them close to the community, but we want also the community to come to them. And they always say, you guys made me feel seen. You guys made me feel so appreciated. You know, like you guys gave me a community, gave me a platform. So I just say, share your Y.E.P story, like hashtag my Y.E.P story. But you know, Y.E.P it's just an incredible organization. And I feel like our fundamental building block or our idea or North Star is that connection is a game changer. Having connections, having people that you can actively tap into is a game changer. And we want to be the vehicle that gives you that. Like we want to be a partner in the journey. Y.E.P is the best partner. So yeah.
Well, Sinafik, we
Amazing.
are so grateful that you showed up today. Let's clap it up for Y.E.P.
Definitely got to come back.
Yes, we
Yes.
need a part 2.
I'll be here every week, so you guys.
You'll be waiting at the door.
I know. I'll be like, hey, who do we
Hi,
have
guys.
today?
we shooting today?
Yeah, I mean, I know where y'all live, so that's a great way to end.
Right.
Like, ooh, yeah.
No, we are so thankful that you showed up today. It means a lot. We're gonna do our best to show up for you guys as well. It should be like
have.
this. This is how community should be.
Yeah, absolutely. You already have.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll be at the gala. Yep.
Yep.
I remember that E40 song when he's like, nope.
And then he's like, yep.
Yo, you need to holler at E40 for that time.
For a sample.
Oh, now y'all gotta hit him up. That's
Yep.
Yup.
That's a crazy pull.
Wow.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
I forgot about
Oh my god. Nah, I gotta clip up that sound. That's so funny. But yes, we gotta continue to support, continue to do collabs like this when we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, not only to WeSoCultured, but to Y.E.P Network. And we'll have all their socials in the description. Did you want to shout them out real quick before we end off?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's at Y.E.P Network. If you type in Your Ethiopian Professionals and you go to our website, you should find all our socials. So Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook page, Facebook group, LinkedIn group. Like, we're on all of it. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
All right, that's it.